Good morning. Let's do this. Kotter and Marshall show here on your Thursday. You know the drill. Hop on that stream. Join the Horde. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can watch the show each and every morning. If you haven't done it yet, make this your first morning. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. As always, listen to the show. You can download the Rock 1061 app. You can get us on your in-home smart speaker. And don't forget about the website. You can stream it live at rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning.
I did something I haven't done in quite some time, Kotter.
Burpees?
I did burpees yesterday.
Okay.
I did burpees. I did 40. Took me 20-ish minutes, which is still aggressively too long for 40 burpees. I slept until my alarm today. So
I'm very proud of you.
You know, like sick brag, I'm kind of the best at sleeping. You all should just quit your jobs.
So this is the most rested you've been?
No. No, God, no. Stayed up a little too late watching The Sopranos last night. But, just kind of elite at sleeping, to my alarm. So no big deal.
How many Sopranos episodes did you watch last night?
Just like one-ish. Well, I watched another movie, and we could talk about it on the stream, but I watched Nicolas Cage's Pig.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
yes.
It became available yesterday, and boy, is that a doozy.
I can't wait to hear about that. So once again, if you have not gotten on the stream yet, please do so. Show within a show, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. Coming up on the show today, if we were to have a show mascot, what should it be?
Lots of interesting choices.
Yeah, my wife gave me one, and I was very offended.
Wow.
As the reason behind her suggestion. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll get quizzed in the face, top of the 8 o'clock hour. We'll take your calls, comments, and texts. What is your scariest, craziest, or most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to some iffy gas stations.
Oh, yeah, we all have.
So we want those stories. Hit us up. You can call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Comment on the stream as well. And then we'll kick off the show with About Last Night. I love indie video games because you get stuff like Nude Retired Men's Volleyball.
Yeah, it is something I didn't know I needed, but then I heard the theme song, and it changed my mind.
We'll also talk about Gene Segura. He was up the bat. A fan asked him just a completely random question, and he answered.
And then he delivered for his baseball team.
Dude's a stud. And then we've got one of the most bizarre, upsetting stories ever about a Hawaiian homeless man who was arrested for 2 years, put in a state hospital because of mistaken identity.
Yeah, this seems like there should be a movie around it.
Yes. 100%. We'll kick off the show. That story's coming up next. About Last Night. Kotter and Marshall, Rock 1061. Here's all good things for the glory.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us nice and early this morning. Good Lord. What are you guys doing? Yeah, name of the show today is Nude Volleyball. And I thought that would gather your attention, Wanda. There is a video game that is available right now in regards to that. We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so I've been kind of jamming Sopranos for the last couple nights. I'm like 6-7 episodes into season 1, so I wanted to take a little bit of a break last night.
Okay.
So, sat down, had dinner, all that fun stuff. And then after dinner, I was looking around, and I saw that Nicolas Cage's Pig was available. Pig is a movie where Nicolas Cage, who is a retired chef, let's say.
Sure.
He has a pig that is a truffle pig. And it gets abducted by someone, and then it's just his adventure to go find this truffle pig.
Okay.
And it is a very sad tale. It is a very sad tale because he's an isolated fella.
Yeah.
When you meet him at the beginning, and it kind of explains why he's so isolated. I don't want to really ruin anything for you, but it's an interesting watch. It's an hour and a half, so it's pretty.
It's good.
Pretty short.
Okay.
It's an hour and a half film. I don't know if it's worth it.
Really?
I don't know if it's. I mean, I didn't even try to find an illegal copy of it. It was like $7 to rent, and I'm like $7 entertainment for a couple hours. Great, whatever. Yeah. I'll pay $7. I don't know if it's worth $7. It's maybe worth $3.50.
Now, when we first heard about it, we kind of thought, oh, it sounds like John Wick, but with a pig. And then I heard somebody said it is not like John Wick at all.
No, I kind of wanted it to be.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some violence in there, but it's not like the beat 'em up, almost video game like that John Wick is. It's nowhere close to that. Well, glad to see everyone on early this morning. Obviously, lots to get to today. We're going to quiz Kotter in the face. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly what we're quizzing Kotter in the face with.
All right. Hopefully it's something more obtainable for me than football.
It is.
Okay, good.
It's almost something that you specialize in.
Masturbation.
No.
Okay.
So today's quizzed in the face. Yesterday, I got a text message from my brother-in-law. So there is a new hot challenge because there's a new hot challenge every other month. And this hot challenge is called the Chip Duel, where it involves two extremely hot, like one-chip challenges and a coin. I don't know the rules.
I didn't look into it.
So anyway, he's like, hey, what's up? How you been? I'm like, I'm good. He goes, have you seen this? I said, no, it looks sort of cool. He goes, cool. Well, I already bought it and mailed it to you. And I said, okay. So that'll actually be our first Torture Tuesday of the new Torture Tuesday season. The first one's coming up on September 21st.
Okay.
So in honor of that, in honor of hot challenges, I thought, well, when you think of hot challenges, you think of hot ones.
Yeah.
Hosted by Seth Evans. He's had his own TV show. He's obviously got the YouTube channel where he's had over 200 episodes.
Holy, of hot ones?
Of hot ones.
Damn.
So today in Quiz in the Face, I'll give you a celebrity guest name, and you just need to tell me if they have ever appeared on the show by saying hot or not.
Okay.
Now, once again, there's been 226 episodes. There has been repeat guests, though.
Okay, fair enough. All right, guys, be right back. Story number one about last night is just an utterly heart-wrenching story. Hawaiian officials arrested a homeless man, kept him in a state hospital for 2 years before finally realizing they had the wrong guy. Now, in 2017, Joshua Spritzerбach was homeless, was waiting in line for food outside of a shelter in Honolulu. He fell asleep. So cops wake him up. He thinks he's being arrested because they have, homeless laws where you can't sleep out in public.
Right.
But the cops, they think he's a guy named Thomas Castleberry. Now, Castleberry had a warrant out for his arrest. He violated probation on a drug case back in 2016. Now, Spritzerбach, he spoke up. He's like, look, I am not this guy. But for some reason, the cops are like, yeah, we don't care. We're not going to check photos. We're not going to check fingerprints. We're just going to throw you in a Hawaiian state hospital, despite this guy's objections.
Yeah, so because, that guy, Thomas Castleberry, who they thought he was, had like mental issues.
Yeah.
So they just thought he was crazy, and they're like, oh, we'll throw him in the crazy bin, and everything is good and fine. But truth of the matter is, everything was not good and fine. He was held there for almost 3 years.
Yeah,
It was 2 years, 7 months, and they had him on meds and everything. He couldn't do anything. He kept telling everyone, I'm not this guy. And they're like, that's what a crazy person would say.
Right.
So they kept him there until someone finally listened to his pleas. It was actually the hospital psychiatrist. And, they just did a simple Google search on what he looked like and what the person they thought he was supposed to look like. And they looked nothing alike. And then after that, that hospital psychiatrist decided to call the police in. They did a quick check of fingerprints, looked at the photos. They're like, yep, we made a mistake.
Thomas Castleberry, the actual guy, had been incarcerated in Alaska since 2016. He wasn't even in Hawaii anymore when this all went down. Unfortunately, the story just doesn't even end there, the depressing side of it, because they hold this secret meeting, like all the parties involved, cops, hospital guys. Mr. Spritzerбach, not there. This is completely off the record because they wanted to brush this under the rug. So they let this guy kind of go silently. He has like 50 cents in his pocket. He's in there for, 2 years, 7 months. And they're just like, all right, guys, all good. However, the Hawaiian Innocent Project has stepped in, and they're asking a judge to vacate the arrest and correct Spritzerбach's record because all this stuff, for whatever reason, even though they thought he was Thomas Castleberry, is now on his record.
Yeah, now Spritzerбach, he's got his own issues.
Yes.
He definitely has his own issues. He was homeless in Hawaii for a reason now. He actually found his sister after some time, and he lives with her in Vermont now. But she says he won't even leave the 10-acre property they live on because he's afraid they're going to take him again. He has been emotionally scarred from this whole process. So this is just a wild story that just came out recently. And how they don't clear his record, I don't understand.
Yes.
I mean, because it obviously wasn't him. But this is a crazy story that just came out yesterday.
All right, coming up next, story number 2 about last night. Gene Segura, he plays for the Phillies, had a game against the Washington Nationals the other day. A fan in the crowd shouted out a random question, and instead of ignoring said fan, he figured, I'm up to bat, but I'll answer it. I'll tell you the story coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
And it was in the 9th inning. Like, it was a huge moment, too, to tie the game. That's a fun story.
Tying and go-ahead runners are on base. Yeah. Good stuff.
Jeff asks, have you all seen Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage? It's funny. Yes, I have. That's one of those movies. Nicolas Cage doesn't say a single word of dialogue. Not a single one. He's outside of screaming. I guess he does scream quite a bit, and he does chug a bunch of, like, soda. That's kind of what he does in that movie. Wanda says Xbox has a massive deal going on with games. I'm almost convinced to purchase the Ultimate Edition of Red Dead Redemption 2, 80% off. Holy shit.
Damn. That's pretty good.
I'm still playing, Final Fantasy VII a little bit. I haven't been able to the last few days. Just been knocking stuff out. I was writing scripts yesterday. Oh, love writing scripts. My favorite. All right, guys, coming up next, story on Gene Segura. Then we'll get into that story about Nude Volleyball. There's a video game that you can play about it. That'll be available via Humble Bundle. It's pretty much it's a computer game type of deal. It's not like a console game. But we'll give you more details on that here in just a few minutes. Morning, Elaine. How are you? Hope you all had a good night. I watched Nicolas Cage's Pig. And then had, I don't know, chicken and salad. That was kind of my night. What'd you do last night, man?
Last night, when I got home, I was able to get most of the work stuff done nice and early. And then the wife came home. We had dinner. She passed out on the couch. So I sat there and I watched the Olympics. That was my night. Watching the Olympics as my wife slept.
You didn't? I thought you had bingo last night.
Oh, last night. This one you're right. When I got home from bingo. So my theory holds up. Because when it rains, we're packed. Mm-hmm. When it doesn't rain, we're slow. Incredibly slow.
So last night was incredibly slow?
I was out by about 10 after 8.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say, I thought you were forgetting a big piece of your night last night.
No, it wasn't a big piece. That's probably why I didn't think about it. So I went to that. Then I came home. Wife slept.
Gotcha. So I bought my tickets to Halloween Horror Nights last night, or yesterday, actually. So we're all set. I have some days off. I put it on our Kotter and Marsh show calendar, just so you know, too.
Right.
So they're all pinned up there.
Going to Disney in November, and the goal is to get on the Star Wars stuff. So my brother just went. So he was just here, last month. He swung by Savannah on his way down to Orlando. So I finally asked him how it went. He was able to get on both of the big Disney rides. And he said the one is just utterly amazing. He's like, bonkers crazy. You're going to love it. Like, how do I get on? He goes, there are 2 chances in a day to get on this ride. There's a 7 a.m. queue and a 1 p.m. queue. You have to be on site. You have to use a Disney Experience app. And he said he was ready by 6:55 with the app. Refresh. And then it turned on at 7. He hit join. And he was in group 15 out of 200. And then you just show up for the ride.
Oh, okay.
But you have to do it. You have to be there and ready to go on the app.
On the app, not at the park.
Yeah, it sounded like he had to be. I don't know. He was at the park, he said.
What time's the park open?
That's a good question. Because it doesn't open. Well, no, there's a 7 a.m. queue. Because that's what he said. Unless the queue is just on. I guess it's on. It's the app queue.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But he got on. So I guess I will be up before 7 to make sure I'm trying to get on this ride. Unless they close the park again because of the Delta variant or whatever.
Oh, I think we'll be fine.
I hope so. He said it was great because there wasn't a lot of people there. He goes, we got on everything we wanted to get on. It wasn't packed. He goes, it was great. Perfect.
Nice. Cuckoo and cool.
Morning, Elaine. So cup noodles, the instant noodle that just comes in the cup you can buy at the store. This fall we'll be coming out with pumpkin spice flavored noodles.
Oh, really?
Yep. Available nationwide at Walmart starting in October.
Wow, that's something we don't need.
I don't need that. I don't need it.
Don't get me wrong. I love pumpkin spice everything for the most part, but pumpkin spice cup of noodles, I mean, we'll have to try it. It'd be a shame if I didn't.
Ramen noodles in sauce.
What if we, I mean, it probably isn't that bad.
I don't know. I don't know. It just seems random. I don't know. It's not something I would think of.
Raven Dantes goes, no, not pumpkin spice again. Yes, man. Pumpkin spice, bro.
It's almost time. It's August. When does pumpkin spice season start? Is it an October thing, or can you get away with it in September?
No, September.
September?
People celebrate, for the most part, Halloween 2 months out of the year because we all agree it's the best holiday, and it just, you don't have enough time.
Well, no, I get that, but I didn't know if pumpkin spice season would be different, No,
Starbucks puts it out in September. I think they go like September 1 with it. So we're less than a month away from basic bitch season. I mean, without a doubt.
Starbucks, let's see, when does it, let's see if I can find a date when they're firing it back up.
Yeah, generally, I think it's the 1st of September when it comes to pumpkin everything. I think I was talking to someone just recently, and they told me to expect pumpkin beers in stores this month.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Somebody said, so this is a source. This isn't anything concrete. They could debut Tuesday, August 24th.
Oh, for pumpkin
spice latte at Starbucks. No, I believe we start getting some pumpkin beers. Hopefully it's better than last year. Last year was rough for pumpkin beers.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would probably be better. I've seen some places say they're doing pumpkin beer, so I'm excited to see what we got going on.
All right, we got about 90 seconds. Going to get into this story about Jean Segura from the Phillies.
I don't know much about Jean Segura, but I know he's been in the league for almost 10 years.
Damn.
And he's a short guy. 5'10".
That's short?
Sorry, that's average.
Sounds like a giant to me.
Yes, that's very average. It's very average height.
Just a quick thing back to the pumpkin spice real quick. We should try to find the weirdest pumpkin spice flavored items and review them. Like the noodles, whatever. Just try to find just weird stuff that shouldn't be pumpkin spice. All right, we got about 45 seconds. So a fan shouts out a question while Jean Segura is up to bat, and you can actually hear that. So we got the audio. Can't really hear his answer all that well, but you can definitely hear the question. All right, guys, be right back. Story number 2 about last night. Now, you would think stepping up to the plate in a Major League Baseball game, facing a Major League pitcher, it's got to be one of the hardest things to do in sports.
I mean, it's terrifying because the ball's coming at you 100 miles an hour. I mean, most of us, me especially, I would strike out 100 times out of 100 times. Maybe I would put the bat on the ball maybe once out of 1,000. Like, I would be that bad.
Oh, I'd be horrible. I mean, so you'd have to focus. So you think when Jean Segura was up to the plate Monday as the Phillies were taking on the Washington Nationals, he would be, laser focused as they're in the top of the ninth. He's got the tying and go-ahead runners on the base. Counts 1-0. He's just standing there right before the next pitch. a fan shouts out a random question to Segura. It's kind of hard to hear, but she's shouting out, Segura, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Now, you would think if you're a professional athlete, you're tuning that out.
Yeah.
You're focusing on the next pitch, trying to win the game. Segura, though, not that guy.
No, he actually screams out his answer. It's vanilla, and then he smiles.
Yeah, big, huge smile.
Yeah, and then actually the next pitch, he gets the hit. That's a double, and he actually ties the game. So it shows you how relaxed he is in that exact situation.
Now, I do have an issue with his choice of favorite ice cream.
So do I.
I mean, vanilla, come on. I'm not saying I dislike vanilla. I love vanilla. Mm-hmm. But there are so many options out there. For vanilla to be your favorite flavor.
For a man whose nickname is El Mambo, which is masculine / the music. You know, for a man with such a cool nickname, you think you would have any other choice of flavor. Maybe he was still focused and he could only think of literally one flavor of ice cream, which is the base flavor of ice cream, because technically all ice cream, at least I'm not an ice creamologist, but all ice cream starts off as vanilla. That's, in my mind, that's how that works.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How else is ice cream made?
I mean, it may start out the same, but vanilla is an actual flavor.
Right.
So you're just not adding the vanilla flavor. So I wouldn't say it all starts out vanilla.
No, I'm going to go. No, this is what I believe, Kotter. Don't try to put facts and science to my ice cream beliefs, you SOB.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I would apologize, but I don't care.
Yeah, next thing you're going to tell me is, follow the science or something stupid like that, you idiot.
All right, coming up next, story number 3 in About Last Night. I love indie video games because you get stuff like Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League. We're not kidding. This is actually a thing. And it's got a killer theme song.
Oh, dude, it's one of one. It's incredible.
It's great. We got that coming up after Metallica. Here's Sad But True, Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, the song is incredible. We'll play it for you on the stream. It's that good.
Yeah, we'll play that. I think we'll be okay there. What's there's a really good movie, too,
about indie video games?
Yeah, like just making games. It's a documentary.
Oh, I'm not for sure.
Indie Game, the movie.
Oh.
It's really, really good. It's 2012.
I've seen the artwork for that, but I don't think I've ever watched it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It focuses on several games. Super Meat Boy, I think, is the one it kind of focuses on more than anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've heard that one.
Yeah, Fez is the other one. Yeah, Fez. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I can't say I'm a big indie game. I know a lot about indie games, but this movie is pretty cool.
So we have our boss coming in. Is he our boss? Yeah, I guess.
Technically, yeah. He is the vice president of programming for Dick Broadcasting.
So he's coming in today at like lunchtime, having a quick meeting with all you fancy people, and then we're all going out to lunch together. Mm-hmm. Have we decided where we're going to lunch?
He said make it super easy. So I just think we're just going to hit up La Nop. It's right there. Everybody can sit together. Super simple.
Okay.
So he said super easy. I'm like, it doesn't get easier than La Nopalera.
It's very fast.
I know. So we're just gonna hit that place up.
Beautiful.
I know how Jake Thompson loves him some chips and salsa. So,
well, funny enough that you say La Nopalera because I just got invited to lunch tomorrow at La Nopalera by one of our sales guys. So that's pretty funny.
Eric Hune, is he in town?
I believe he is.
Okay,
believe he is.
That's his go-to, man.
He wound up hitting me up yesterday, so I went and picked up some checks for him downtown. That's why I jumped out of here early yesterday. I went down to Club 51.
Yep.
Our buddy Brad, who runs Oak 36, I went and saw him and talked to him. And if you were talking to Brad, you know that you're talking to Brad for a good minimum 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So talked to Brad for a little while, and then I went and saw the guys over at the Barrel House. Picked up a couple checks for our dude and our fantastic clients.
Nice.
Where are we eating? I think the horde should be included in this meeting. La Nopalera, and sadly we cannot. It's a work thing. Yeah. But if you'd like to also eat in the restaurant at the same time around 1 o'clock and stop by and say nice things about us, like walk by and be like, have you heard the Kotter and Marshall show? They're real great. And then like, but don't address us so our boss hears that. I think that would be great.
Yeah. Bobby Eaton passed away.
Who?
Beautiful Bobby Eaton. That sucks.
The brain guy?
No, Bobby the Brain Heenan passed away a while ago.
Heenan. Oh, this
Bobby Eaton. He's an actual wrestler. Part of the Midnight Express. It was managed by Jim Cornette. Man, that sucks. He was a big part of the NWA in the 80s. I mean, he was around in the 90s a little bit with WCW. Great, underrated wrestler. Dude was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
That
yeah,
sucks,
I know. Yeah, I know him. I mean, talk about fat guy with a mullet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. I mean, I know WWE, back in the 80s had all these just, big muscle head, beefy guys.
Mm-hmm.
NWA, you could look like this guy and be a star. I loved it.
Hold on, let me see. All right, guys. So, once again, stream exclusive. Bobby Eaton. I'm going to show everyone a picture off my laptop, and I know this.
Man.
So, Bobby Eaton is that hunk of man right there.
Yeah.
So, any similarities? Huh? Outside of bangs and a beard, I'm pretty sure I'm Bobby Eaton now that I look at it. He died at 62. I mean, all these wrestlers die early. Like,
I mean,
none of them make it to their 80s for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, their bodies just take an effing beating, man. I mean, it's just, especially back in the day. I mean, that life had to be even rougher than it is now for wrestlers. I mean, not the pandemic, because, WWE basically shut down any sort of touring. But, I mean, they were doing, it's like 7 days a week on. They would do 2 shows a day on the weekend, and It's just crazy.
So we're talking about wrestling and Bobby Eaton passing away at the age of 62.
Got about 25
Rest in peace.
seconds.
Rest in peace, Bobby Eaton. But I found this story yesterday, and we're going to talk about it on the stream after this next story about this new emo professional wrestling league.
I have not heard.
Well, I haven't really read the story. We'll read it together.
Okay.
After this break right here.
All right, guys, be right back. All right, it's time for story number 3 about last night. Now, I'll be straight up honest. I don't think I've ever played an indie video game in my life.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe somewhere, but nothing that stands out as that was an indie game.
Yeah, I mean, you've never been a big, you're not usually a big gamer. You play the big ones, like Major League Baseball and Madden and The Last of Us. But I get that.
So this was interesting because now I may have to give this one a try. Will Brierly, probably most well known for creating a game called Soda Drinker Pro.
Soda Drinker Pro.
Yeah, and there's no hidden meaning in that video game title. It is a soda drinking simulation game.
Wow.
That's what it is.
I need that in my life.
I guess they released a version of it on Xbox or one of them that had the, motion control.
Oh, of course.
So you can actually drink a real soda while you played.
Why not?
So his latest game is called Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League, which the title is awesome. But the theme song is utterly amazing.
You gotta play with your heart. Give it all that you got. Take a shot, serve it up on the ball with everything you got.
Wait for it. It's going to kick in.
Stand in the sand.
Good beat.
You're a retired man. Yeah, this is life. Here you are, back and forth. This is your plan. Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League.
This game can suck, and I'm not going to care.
I want to buy this Humble Bundle just so I can buy Humble Bundle just so I can play this game. Once again, it is Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League. Now, it's a collaboration game with Rachel Olsen doing the illustrations and Aaron Blair, who's actually the host of Conan O'Brien's Clueless Gamer series.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like the older guy with white hair and a beard and everything. If you watch any of the Clueless Gamer stuff from Conan O'Brien, very funny. And that guy is also behind this game.
Much like Soda Drinker Pro, the title pretty much says it all. You play as Len, an older gentleman enrolled in a nude beach volleyball league. There is a storyline, though, I guess, that runs through the entire game that's told through dialogue. And Brierly says he hopes it makes players want to hug their grandparents or anyone they love.
Wow.
I mean, you play a nude beach retired men volleyball league game. I'm not thinking, Grandpa, got to give you a hug.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, Grandpa, put on some pants.
Yeah, that's the last thing I'm really thinking of. Once again, it's the bonus game in the Humble Choice this month. You get 12 PC games for $9. So it's available now. This thing, like I said, I may have to go buy it.
Yeah.
I want to play this game intensely more than anyone should.
You'll play it for probably about 2 minutes and be like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Not that good.
Still worth the $9. Still worth it.
All right, coming up next, 1 in 5 people are saying the pandemic is never going to end. We'll discuss that next. Kotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
I'm sure those people are absolutely awesome to hang out at parties with. Morning, Holly. How are you? Hope everyone's doing well this morning. Thank you for joining us nice and early on the stream. We do appreciate that. Quiz in the face. We'll take your calls, comments, and texts on our topic. What is the craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you ever had at a gas station? I'm sure we've all had at least one.
Before we get into this emo wrestling, I'm going to start my coffee.
Okay. Also on the show, we're going to quiz Kotter in the face. We have solidified our very first day back with Torture Tuesdays. We have seasons of Torture Tuesday, so you don't get bored by them, and also gives us a break emotionally. But our first one of the year is coming up on September 21st on the back half of the year. So we'll quiz Kotter in the face with another hot challenge-related thing. Yes, we will ask Kotter if a certain celebrity guest has appeared on Hot Ones, hosted by Seth Evans. I'm sure you guys have seen the YouTube series. So we'll quiz him on that. Speaking of quizzes, we'll play some trivia for some Midday in the Beer Garden tickets. Also, tailgate passes as well. There's a big bar crawl that Savannah Bar Crawl is doing called the Tailgate Bar Crawl. And then we'll hook people up with passes for that, playing trivia. We'll talk about what our show mascot should be, and then we'll wrap up our show with Marshall's Music News. So we have still a bunch of stuff to get to on the show. Now, I found this story just yesterday. When it comes to emo music and professional wrestling, Kotter, which I know you're fans of both.
Bring it.
This story kind of came across my desk, as the popular people say, and I wanted to share. So both emo music and professional wrestling are going to come together on September 23rd with Game Changer Wrestling. It's an event at New York City's Melrose Ballroom, and that night is called Emo Fight. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's going to be a lot of blading because all the wrestlers are just going to cut themselves.
Maybe. So this says the unique GCW showcase will be somewhat familiar to the fans of many emo nights that happen in large cities. The music events usually mash dancing and DJs with a specific 2000 subculture that sees My Chemical Romance and black clothing as their birthrights. Now, Emo Fight, I know. Okay. Emo Fight will feature much of the same music while starring the wrestling entertainers of GCW, who've also delighted at fests such as Warped Tour. Now, in fact, a teaser video for the upcoming spectacle uses the unmistakable GCR G note, the first chord of My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade, to create effect in piquing listeners' interest in Emo Fight. And then this is quoted from a GCW performer. Her name is Allie Katz. She says, these are my teenage years coming to life all over again. GCW's given us many opportunities to show different sides of our personalities. They'll show a new side at Emo Fight. So once again, it's a wrestling match, a wrestling bout, a wrestling night filled with emo music and culture.
So GCW is where Nick Gage wrestles. Nick Gage is the guy that took on Chris Jericho in the death match, not yesterday, but last week on Dynamite. So they've been making headlines, obviously, for the match with Jericho, but Matt Cardona, better known as Zack Ryder in WWE, clean-cut, superstar. He is playing an uber heel right now in GCW because they're a blood and guts federation.
Mm-hmm.
He is woo Zack Ryder. So he is, playing up kind of that character where he's this heel. He beat Nick Gage for the company's first heavyweight championship in a bloody, gory-ass match. I mean, to see Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, covered in blood is surreal to watch. And it kind of became the talking point of pro wrestling for a little bit, just because the angle was so good. So I'm kind of intrigued now to see what they're going to do at this festival.
So once again, this is going down on September 23rd, and yes, you can watch it on like a pay-per-view style thing. If you have Fight TV, FITE TV, it's an app you can download on like your Apple TV or Amazon Fire Stick. You can actually watch it on there at 8 p.m. on September 23rd. But it's an emo wrestling fight night. And I thought that was really interesting.
It's different.
When I saw that come across. My news feed yesterday.
Here's just a picture. I'm moving my live apology. Oh, it's attached. Okay. But yeah, so now I'm intrigued now. I mean, I'm not going to pay money for it, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, good old emo fight night. Tony asked, can the mascot be a flaming asshole?
That's a good suggestion.
Oof. I don't know. Will Aaron sit still enough for us to take his picture?
If you get him in the bathroom, he will. He doesn't leave that thing for half an hour at a time.
He's always feisty. He always likes to get up and move around. What up, Thomas? How you doing this morning, man?
But yeah, if you guys have just ideas what could be a show mascot. I mean, we're not officially naming a mascot, but if we did, what could it be? So if you've got any... The assholes in the morning. Yeah, shit. No, it makes sense. I'm following.
Oh, no, we knew what you mean. we totally understood that.
So I'm through my first jar of green chilies from Tony. Did not take nearly as long as I thought it would.
Yeah.
So because the little cups, it's like, I can eat one of those for lunch. But yeah, it didn't take me very long, but through my first jar. They're delicious.
Yeah, speaking of Tony, I mean, it's something I don't know. I don't think she was on the chat yesterday when I was mentioning it. I made shrimp tacos on Tuesday night, Taco Tuesday. Made tacos the other night. The shells that you brought back from New Mexico and you gave to us, Tony, outstanding.
Yes.
They're incredible. Like, you can't get anything close to those anywhere close to here. So that was very, very nice. Thank you.
All right, just under 3 minutes left.
Terabyte, when it comes to the mascot, says that they believe it should be a fierce goblin to represent the Horde. I like that. I have a couple ideas when it comes to possible mascots, but we actually won't get into that mascot thing until later in the show today, around 9 o'clock or so. So keep those great ideas and make sure to bring them up later on in the show when we're hanging out.
So Jeffe is going to select a song today. I really hope he picks the second choice. I almost just put it in twice. I ain't gonna lie. So choice number 1, Star Set Infected.
Mm-hmm.
Choice number 2, Tom Morello, along with Eddie Vedder and Bruce Springsteen. I forgot to put the song in here. Covering AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
Okay, I was wondering what.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah. But yeah, you've got Tom Morello. He's releasing a new album. Eddie Vedder, Bruce Springsteen doing vocals. Highway to Hell.
Charles says, when I was in college in Statesboro, a talent agent was recruiting my roommate and I really hard. We kept turning him down, and after a couple of months, he gave up. I'm so glad I didn't go into wrestling, or I'd be in a wheelchair or dead by now.
Dude, I mean, it's telling you. It's like I didn't wrestle all that much, but I think it's part of my back and neck issues now. I don't think any of that helped,
No.
So I get it. It takes a toll.
Wanda, I agree. Just go back to bed. One on the chat goes, we actually go back to bed, put my kid's shoes on the wrong feet. You're fine. Just get him to school nice and easy.
I thought the hot would be a little bit hotter, but it's good. I liked it because it wasn't so much to where I can't enjoy it, so that part was good. I did do the mild. I cracked the jar open for the mild because I know the effect I have when I eat mild or medium, so I'm really worried at what kind of effect the hot's going to bring. So,
did you get a hot jar too?
She gave me 2 milds and 2 hots, or 2 mediums and 2 hots. So yeah, I don't know the lasting effect of the hot yet. So
How much time we got?
40 seconds.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna be coming up on our call-in segment here, top the 7 o'clock hour. What's your craziest experience you ever had at a gas station? Craziest, scariest? Let us know the experiences you've had at a gas station. Probably middle of the night, probably middle of nowhere. Maybe it's right around the corner from your house. Please share your stories with us. Drop them into the chat, and we'll talk about that coming up here at the top of the 7 o'clock hour.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Recent survey, 1,500 Americans were asked when they think the pandemic will officially be over. 1 in 5 people said never.
Wow, those are real optimists. I want to hang out with those guys. They sound super fun.
Now, only 9% of people said it's going to be over this year. And with the way things are going, I agree. It's not going to be over this year.
No, I mean, with the vaccinations not going as high as probably they should be to reach that certain threshold of, what do they say, herd immunity or whatever? Yeah, I agree with that.
25% of people said sometime next year. The most common answer was longer than that, 35% of the vote. So when do you think, if you had to guess, I mean, when do you think this is going to be done?
I would say summer of next year.
Okay.
Yeah, summer of next year gives us a bunch of time. There's obviously variants out there. And then, more people get vaccinated, I think. Yeah, I think summer of next year is a plausible point where we can probably be like, and let's forget about this.
Do we ever forget about it, though?
No, I don't think any of us will forget about it. I mean, pandemics like this, they come around like once every century. We just happen to be living through one right now. Last one was like in the early 1900s.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, you know what? I'll take next summer if we can keep kind of living how we are now. I don't even mind having to wear a mask inside occasionally if that's what they're saying. Cool, whatever. I really hope we don't have to shut things down again.
Yeah.
That's what I want to avoid.
Yeah, that's the one thing we all want to avoid. And then, I just don't want to wear a mask at a theme park. And I know that's asking a lot right now, but that's the one thing I don't want to do, especially when it's hot summertime. I don't want to wear a mask. If you want me to wear a mask inside if you're beautifully 62-degree grocery store, absolutely. Count me in. I'll throw me one at the door. I'll throw one on happily. But outside, hot, sweating, I don't want to wear a mask.
All right, call, comment, and text coming up after 7 o'clock. What is your craziest, scariest, or most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station? You can hit us up with a text or call 800-394-1061. You can also comment on the chat. The craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station. Your story's coming up after 7 o'clock. Rock 1061.
Good morning, Sean. Glad you could make it nice and early today. Going back to the choices for Jeffe today. Yeah, Charles says, maybe I'm just biased against it because I can't stand Springsteen.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Does Springsteen sing on the song?
Yeah.
He does? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard this one. I didn't even know it existed until you brought it up. David Kemp says, my hometown, Greenville, California, has been completely destroyed by the Dixie Fire. Looks like the only thing left is the high school and one grocery store.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've heard some of these crazy fire stories. Now, this is the fire that's still been kind of going on because someone did a gender reveal. Is this the one?
That I don't know.
There was a couple who started this fire, I believe. And if someone knows the correct story, please correct me. But I believe this was like a gender reveal, and these people just set a fire in the middle of the woods and walked away.
I remember hearing something about that a while ago, so I don't know if that's this one or if it was a different one. Probably a different one. Wouldn't surprise me. But definitely would love to hear you guys' stories. Craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station.
Terabyte just dropped an all-timer. Holy crap, no pun intended. That is so good. Thank you so much, Terabyte. These stories, I knew there was going to be some great ones out there. So once again, guys, our call-in segment today, we're going to get to in 10 minutes. What is your craziest, scariest experiences you ever had at a gas station? Drop them in to the chat, text us, or feel free to call us and tell us your story at 1-800-394-1061. PG&E started it. Sorry, David. What's PG&E? Once again, I guess I didn't hear about this one.
I'm going to go grab my coffee real quick.
Guess I'll have to do some Googling. You know how I love a good Google. Wanda, thank you for that story. Pacific Gas and Electric down power line from a fallen tree. Oh my gosh. And it's burned 275,000 acres? That's terrible, man. Yeah, sorry. It's like every single summer we get some wildfire story, and it's crazy to hear. Definitely crazy to hear. And then just to hear like this one just started with a down power line. Wild stuff. All right. All right, getting set up once again for our call-ins today. Feel free to chime in on the chat via text or on the stream. Once again, what is your craziest, scariest experience you ever had at a gas station? Terabyte Wanda, thank you so much for chiming in. Kotter, you got anything for this bit yet?
On Facebook or anything like that? No. I'll hear Salsa Mark. Now we got one from Salsa Mark. I've got several because I worked at a gas station for
I
many years.
I don't exactly have many myself.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
But I've got some off the stream, and then I got some off of Facebook that I have. So for our call-in here, do you want to go ahead and start off with one of yours?
Yeah, I can.
After that, I'll get into the story from Wanda, and then I'll do a story from Jessica, and then we can go to break.
Okay.
So let's just run like that on the first break there. Sorry, guys, just getting set up for our call-in, which is going to start here in about 10 minutes or so. So, Kotter, I came across this story on TMZ just a little while ago. It was posted overnight. But the Washington football team, who announced they are going to give themselves an official mascot, an official name next year. So they're going to play as the Washington football team one more time for this season. And then next year it'll be, the Washington Generals or Red Wolves or whatever they decide to call themselves. They actually said in a new rule change for them at the stadium, there are no more headdresses or face paint at the stadium. So the Washington football team is taking yet another step towards distancing itself from its controversial past, now banning fans from wearing Native American-inspired headdresses and face paint at its stadium. It's just one of the rules. He said, we're excited to welcome everyone back wearing their burgundy and gold. However, Native American-inspired ceremonial headdresses or face paint are no longer allowed, which obviously shouldn't come to any surprise.
Yeah, I get that.
And, of course, the Washington football team begins regular season play against the Chargers on September 12th, which is very exciting. We are 6 weeks away from real, actual football beginning once again. Life will be right. We get to have the big guy on each week talking about them. We have a new feature for fantasy football that we'll explain to you guys. We're excited for football to be back here. We'll also have our own fantasy football league.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That will be fun. I'm ready for that. All right, we've got about 7 minutes, so plenty of time if you got a story to share.
And feel free to call in and drop us your stories as well. The number is 1-800-394-1061. David, thank you for sending me that video. I'll try to check it out here. It is warm in here today.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm going to go turn on the air conditioning real quick.
Okay, go for it. Week away from taking my kid to college. Week from today, we'll be on the road heading to Arkansas. I guess it's like a 15-ish hour drive. So we're going to head to Arkansas, drop my kid off. We'll get there Thursday, spend the night in a hotel. Move-in is on Friday. She's got some sort of meeting for a club or something she's joining. So we'll let her go do that. We're going to hit up some breweries, meet up for dinner. And then Saturday morning, we get up and leave. I think it is going to be the longest drive ever for my wife. I think she's going to be an emotional wreck. I think my daughter's going to be an emotional wreck. It's going to be a long weekend. It's going to be a long weekend. I don't mean this to sound harsh, but I just kind of want to get it over with, just so my kid can focus on school and not the moment of actually, oh crap, I'm by myself now. Yeah, no, Wanda, it is weird to think about it that we just won't have the kids there. And the oldest, I mean, with the oldest having the full-time job, I don't know when he's coming back. I don't know how much time he necessarily has off. So, I mean, he could have a couple weeks off and, he's got to use it sparingly. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, like the temperature was set at like 75. And for this radio station, that's
wow. Yeah,
ridiculously hot.
Somebody jacked that up.
Yeah.
All right. So, we got about 5-ish minutes before we get into our call, comment, and text.
David, thank you for sharing that video. I actually just ran through it real quick while I stepped out to go turn the air conditioning down, and the video that is taken from there is insane. So David's hometown back in California, I mean,
right.
Everything. I mean, gas stations, cars. It looks like, I always think of The Last of Us, the video game, where everything is the world's been taken over by vegetation, everything's been reset to zero. And it kind of looks like that, but it's just all on fire.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Sorry.
Tony, thank you for your story.
Holy crap. Damn, Tony, that's crazy.
Yikes.
All right, Nirvana Lithium, and then into the segment.
Yeah, that video that David shared, man, I mean, everything is gone. It doesn't look like it'll ever come back type of thing. And it's all very much, at least in that video, was still 99% everything was on fire. So it was wild that someone even went in and took video of it. Or maybe that was drone footage. Maybe. I don't know. So later in the show, with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, we're going to give away tickets to Midday in the Beer Garden at Moon River Brewing Company. So Moon River was kind of just sick of there not being any beer festivals anymore. We haven't had one in 3 or 4 years now.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, so the Savannah Craft Brew Fest, which would happen Labor Day weekend every single weekend, or every single year, was canceled years ago because the company that put it on was bought out by Live Nation, right?
Yep.
So
Still sucks.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Yeah, they stopped doing that, and now they're kind of bringing it back on a very small scale. It's mostly local breweries, so Moon River, Service, Southbound, Coastal Empire, Two Tides, Hopatomica, Silver Bluff, Southern Barrel. Also, there'll be a meadery there, B-Town Meadery. Ghost Coast Distillery will also be on hand as well. So it's a very cool event, $25, really cheap, and it's 4 hours from 11 to 3. You get unlimited samples of beer, mead, cider, and cocktails from Ghost Coast. So
Okay.
pretty cool stuff. Once again, Midday in the Beer Garden. That's at Moon River. You can buy your tickets right now. The link's over at rock1061.com. Also, we'll hand out tickets to that to whoever plays us in trivia today.
Okay.
And we'll have those tickets with trivia for the rest of this week, and then actually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week as well.
Okay, cool. All right, we got just over 2 minutes. So a buddy of ours from way back in the day, Kevin Gray, played in a band in Peoria called the Megasonics. So I guess years previous, he played with a guy from Savannah, Eric Britt.
Okay.
So Eric is a musician, plays here in Savannah. Ran into Kevin. I mean, when I first moved down here, I said, hey, man, if you ever see Eric Britt, tell him I said, hey. So Kevin came down pre-pandemic because I hadn't moved yet. And they were kind of doing some stuff because he hadn't played with Eric in forever.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't able to meet up with him. Well, he posted something the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Southbound, that's holy crap. So Kevin's going to be here in September playing with Eric Britt at Southbound.
Oh, that's cool.
So September 24th, Friday night, Kevin's on the drums. So I'm definitely going to have to check it out. Hazel Virtue, I believe, is the band that they're part of.
Kevin's on the drums?
Yeah, he's a drummer.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we knew him as a lead singer and guitar player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he teaches drums too. So, I mean, I guess that was his first. But he's going to be in town. So I think Dana and I are going to head out to that Friday, September 24th. The cowbell in my office is from the Megasonics, decades ago. They were like our official house band of the station that we had in Illinois. Great guys. Hot Tub Johnny, we talk about him occasionally on the air. He'll comment on some stuff from on the chat occasionally or on the Facebook page. He's from that band as well. So that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. So Friday, September 24th, definitely going to Southbound.
All right, guys, we're just a few seconds away from jumping on the air. What is your craziest, most scariest experiences you ever had at a gas station? Share them with us here on the chat, and we'll get into your stories right now.
All right, guys, be right back. What is the scariest, craziest, most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station? One of mine, I worked at a gas station in high school, went up on New Year's Day, walked in, I was just going to grab a soda.
Mm-hmm.
There was police tape everywhere. The store had become a crime scene. I'll tell you what went down here in a couple minutes. Don't forget, hop on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This is your opportunity to join the Horde. You can watch the show each and every day. Please like, follow, and subscribe while you're there so you know what we've got going on online. It's all kinds of videos on the YouTube page. So once again, taking your calls, comments, and texts today, 800-394-1061. What is the craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station? So yeah, I worked at a place called the Country General in Manitou, Illinois, and I worked there throughout high school. Well, it was New Year's Day. Went up to the store. I was after 12. I don't know, whatever it was, but I was just going to grab a soda. I walk in, and there is police tape everywhere.
What'd you do?
The store is still open. You couldn't go anywhere. You had to ask the clerk to go get your soda, and they come up and ring it up.
Right.
Cops are there. Police tapes everywhere. They have like the fingerprint dust in places, that kind of thing. Come to find out, the store had been robbed, and I'm like, oh wow, this is crazy. The crazier part, though,
in my town,
the craziest part, though, is the guy who robbed the store was my best friend in high school, who was living with me at the time. So he was working New Year's Eve, got off like at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was home because I was a boring kid growing up in high school. And he gets home from work, and then he's like, all right, man, well, I gotta go do something. I'll be right back. He's gone for like 45 minutes. Come to find out, that's when he robbed the store. When he left work, he like shut the door. We had like kegs of beer in the back.
Right.
He just kind of put a keg of beer in front of the back door to keep it shut. So then he just ran up to work because we were about half a mile from the place, completely robbed it of all the cash.
Right.
And this is, I ended up having to take a lie detector test weeks later because they're 90% sure this guy did it, but he hadn't admitted it yet. And I had to go in, take a lie detector test. I would not wish one of those on my worst enemy. I knew I had
a lie detector test?
I knew I had nothing to do with stealing anything money-wise from this store. But just sitting in there with cops just asking you questions repeatedly, because they would ask the same question but in different ways. And if you answered weirdly, they're scribbling stuff down, they're staring at you. I'm sweating just, profusely. Oh, man.
Well, you actually sweat profusely all the time. Yeah.
I know, but this was even worse. So just this most surreal thing. Just walking into the place you work, seeing police tape everywhere, and then come to find out your best friend and I technically roommate at the time, living with me and my parents, stole money.
So did he get caught? Did he eventually get?
He did. So he got caught because I found out that he had done it because he just left.
Yo, did you narc on him?
I didn't. That's why I almost got in trouble. So I found out he did it because he just left the worst trail ever. The next day, New Year's Day, he shows up at the house, new Nikes.
Fur coat?
Not a fur coat.
Looks like Kid Rock.
New Nikes, new clothes, all this stuff.
Wait, what was he, Kid Rock?
No. So he had bought all this stuff, and, it didn't hide it well. But the cops never asked me, who do you think did it? They would talk to me. It's like, if you ever want to say anything, let me know. And I'm like, oh, all you had to do was ask. Because when I went in for the lie detector test, they're like, what do you think happened? And I laid out the entire story. The cops were pissed back in my hometown. They're like, you should have told us. We can't protect you now. I'm like, protect me from what? I didn't do anything.
We can't protect you.
I don't know what that even meant, but he was just so mad.
No, that was a good cop, bad cop thing.
Well, it was just him. He was just the bad cop. But he was mad that he, I guess, wasn't the one who got to make the arrest or whatever. Right. And it had to go to the lie detector test. But it was just, stupid. And a town of 1,000 people, that instantly becomes the talk of the town for like 3 months. Because nothing ever happens.
So did he go to jail for that?
He got probation, did not go to jail, ended up, it was weird because after that, our friendship was basically done. And still seeing him at school, very, very weird, very, very uncomfortable. I hated every minute of it.
Right, because you narked on him. So.
I know. Well, okay, technically I eventually did. But I kind of had to at that point in time. I was sitting down for the lie detector test. What was I going to... No, I don't know what happened. Then they asked me a bunch of questions, and they're like, you just lied your ass off for the last 45 minutes. What are you doing?
Oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to come back to this subject in a while. All right, let's go to the stream because we do have some great stories from people who are watching the stream today, members who are part of the Horde. Make sure you are streaming us each and every day on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search the Kotter and Marshall Show. Now, Wanda says, I worked at a gas station where all the cokeheads would use the bathroom. Some lived in the trailer park nearby. I ended up discovering a guy I was talking to was one of those cokeheads. Ooh, that would have been an awkward situation to bring him home to mom. Like,
yeah.
Do you have the sniffles? You constantly have the sniffles, Jimmy? Oh, nope, just the coke habits. Another story here from the chat as well, Kotter. This one is, once again, a doozy. So Jessica chimed in on Facebook. She said, I had just left work at a haunted house, and it was like 2 a.m. I was still in costume and covered in fake blood. And I was desperate for gas because I was running late for work and didn't get a chance to grab gas before I got there. So the haunted house wasn't in the best section of town. She said it was kind of in the hood. So she said, I had to stop there. It's just I had to. So I went to this gas station, and a homeless guy comes around from the other side of my truck and he yells out, bitch, you going to pay me to wash your windows, or are we going to fight? So this is Jessica. This is a female.
Right.
So she's automatically terrified, and some homeless guy yells that at her. Well, apparently he steps around the truck and takes one look at her because she has all this fake blood on her still and goes, oh, crap, I guess you already been fighting. She goes, I was terrified, and I was about to yell something like cool, like, yeah, and I'm not afraid to do it again, but I just got real scared and got back into my truck and drove off. But, yeah, I mean, can you imagine a homeless guy walking around the truck going, bitch, you going to pay me to wash your windows, or are we going to fight at like 2 a.m.?
All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. We're looking for the craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station. I got more of your stories coming up next. There's Aaron Jones and Take Me Away. It's the Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Bitch, you gonna pay me to wash your windows, or are we gonna fight? Hilarious.
That is good.
Wanda, thank you for sharing your story. Elaine, thank you for dropping your story into the chat. Guys, if you want to tell us your story, feel free to call us, 1-800-394-1061. Or you can drop them into the chat, but go ahead and share your stories with us.
So the friend of mine that stole from the store years later, when he was in college, he and this is hearsay, because I heard it through somebody.
Through
So,
the grapevine.
Yep. So I'm not 100% sure if all of it is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But the story went that he went to another gas station, not working, but he legitimately went to hold it up with a gun.
Oh.
And the cashier died of a heart attack. And he was tried. I don't think he saw like prison time, but tried with like involuntary manslaughter.
He had a history of robbing gas stations.
So he spent some time. I don't think it was jail. I thought it was some sort of like boot camp sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it's like I was working. So after that happened, I hadn't seen him in years. Years.
Right.
So I'm working at a place called Ruttman Marketing. So I worked for Brother Fax Machines at Ruttman Marketing.
Oh, yeah. I remember you told me you worked for like a fax machine company.
Yep. So this was back in the 90s. I was the support number. You called, you had a question about a Brother Fax Machine. There's a good chance I answered the phone. So I'm sitting there at my desk one day, and I just had, I had no desire to ever see this guy again. No desire. There's more to the story. Well, I'll tell more about it later. But there's more history than just him stealing stuff from the store. He walked in to Ruttman. He got hired at Brother Fax. Exact same place I was working. I went up to my boss. I'm like, is that so-and-so? And is he working here? He's like, oh, yeah, he just got hired today. I quit. She's like, what? I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to work here. And she's like, okay, well, you can put in the 2 weeks. No, I am not even giving you 2 weeks. Today is my last day. And she's like, well, if you don't give it 2 weeks, you can never be rehired. I'm like, I'm totally good with this. Today's my last day. And I quit because I don't need this dude in my life.
Obviously.
Eventually we'll get to a topic of just the most surreal moment of your life. It involves this dude, his dad, and a gun. So, it was the most messed up situation I've ever been in. Now we got about 25 seconds. I got salsa marks. That's about it. I've got a couple more. I can share. They're not as intense as the one.
I'll start off. I could bring up a very short one from me.
Okay. So do you do yours, then have me do Mark's?
Yep.
Okay. I'll be right back. Do you have a couple more after that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. We are taking your calls, comments, and texts today. 800-394-1061. Looking for your craziest, scariest, or most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station.
So when I was young Marshall had sticky fingers. Loved to steal. I just loved it, guys. I'm not going to lie. The rush of stealing something from my local gas station, I don't know, as a child was just euphoric to me. There was nothing to do in that town.
Yeah.
So, of course, I wanted to do all the bad stuff. So probably when I was like 14 years old, we had a scam going at our local Casey's, which is it was called Casey's General Store.
Yeah.
And it's like a chain of grocery stores in like Wisconsin and Illinois where we're from. But and they also have the best breakfast pizza ever. Well, we would have this thing where a buddy of mine would have an issue with like the air pump outside. So, and there's only like one person working at a time.
Yeah.
So that person will pull that person out of the store while I was in there buying a soda. Well, I was going to steal a carton of cigarettes because that's what kids do, right?
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing. I've done it before.
Yeah.
So I'm like a champion of stealing cigarettes at that point. But this time was a little different because apparently something happened where the lady who was working caught on, or my friend just did the all-time worst job ever of faking how to not get this, this pump working for his bicycle tires, because we rode bicycles up there, in the midst of pulling out a carton of Marlboro Lights.
Yeah.
Or maybe Camel Lights. It was probably Camel Lights. I look up to my right, and she is staring daggers at me as I'm like pulling it off the shelf, and I was like, this turns out badly for me. So she didn't call the cops or anything.
Oh, wow.
But she called, it was worse. She called my dad.
Oh, no.
Yep. She called my dad, and my dad just said, tell him to come home.
Oh.
Yeah. Not happy. Grounded forever. Forever I was grounded. It was just, it was a bad situation through and through. For young Marshall. Young Marshall did not like that. Mistake. I made a huge mistake.
All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you've ever had at a gas station. Salsa Mark hit us up. He's like, the scariest time at a gas station, I was pumping gas, and this guy came flying in and ran into the concrete barrier while everybody was pumping gas. I dropped the handle on the ground. I backed away real quick in case stuff caught fire. He jumped out of his truck. He was yelling on his cell phone. Still thought there's just going to be this big-ass explosion because of the no cell phone thing. Think it's going to cause a spark. Didn't know what was going on. So he was just running around screaming and yelling on his phone. Cops showed up, and they arrested this guy. I guess he had a bunch of outstanding warrants.
No.
But he just came plowing through and took out the barrier of this gas station while Salsa Mark's sitting there pumping gas.
Yeah, that's one of those can't believe I lived type of moments.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a little poop in your pants, like that type of thing. Yeah, good for you, Salsa Mark, for surviving that. It's just like weird because the unexpected is terrifying, especially when you're doing such a mundane thing as getting gas. Now, Kotter, I have a story here on the stream, which is kind of crazy. So Terabyte dropped this into the stream a little earlier ago. He said, I was at a Circle K in Augusta.
Okay.
And I was standing in line waiting to pay, and this woman gets upset that the bathroom is closed due to cleaning. She goes, after complaining at the clerk for 30 seconds, she drops her pants and does number 2 right where she stood. And then she walked out.
No. Nobody wins in this situation.
Well, she won.
No, she's got a crappy pants now.
No, she won the conversation. And she, for the most part, outside the crappy pants part, she won the battle of, can I poop in your building? And you know what? She did.
I guess that's true.
She totally did.
She totally won. All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Looking for the craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you've ever had in a gas station. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, thank you for your stories. If you do have any that you want to share via phone call, feel free to hit us up, 1-800-394-1061. That is our phone number here. Good morning, Gibby. Thank you so much for joining us.
We did get a story from somebody here, if you want to use that.
Cool.
Somebody asking about some tickets.
I don't know who that would be.
On the chat or on the Zip Whip about tickets they won.
I've called everyone. Like, I'm literally up to date. I even called yesterday. The yesterday guy.
Oh, I guess checking to see if Shinedown tickets came in.
We only had 2 winners, and I mailed them out.
Okay.
One of them was Lenny, and I forget who the
Holly.
other was.
This is from Holly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll message her back.
Okay. So the Rolling Stones hitting the road. They've got an upcoming tour going on. Unfortunately, their drummer, Charlie Watts, not going to be part of the tour.
Really?
Yeah, he had a unspecified medical procedure. They said it had nothing to do with COVID-19. The procedure, while it was successful, it's going to take time to recuperate, and he doesn't want the band to postpone the tour for him, especially since it was already delayed because of the pandemic. So Steve Jordan from Keith Richards' side project will take his place. Our rehearsal is going to start in a couple weeks. The tour launches next month.
How old is Charlie Watts?
Turned 80 in June.
Yeah.
Yes, 80. 80.
Charlie Watts, I mean, like, I've been to a Stone show. I mean, like, playing the drums for the Stones, it doesn't take a lot.
No, it's basic, simple stuff. Yeah, 100%. It's not like it's Neil Peart back there.
Yeah, it's not like it's the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold, with double bass. It's pretty easy. Well, hopefully he heals up real quick. But I'll tell you what, I think we're getting to a point with the Stones. If you don't go see him soon, you're probably not going to see him.
I mean, this could be it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, and I mean, part of me, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's probably why Charlie Watt was like, guys, tour. You better go now. We're all old.
Yeah. Let's see. Gibby says, no bad experiences at gas stations, just shady places, but not bad. Gotcha. Yeah, I hear you, man. So I've got a really quick one. It's not really anything of huge merit.
Personal or just on the...
Personal.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I got another two.
And then let's see. I got one more from the stream I can use, and you got one from the text,
just
right?
got a text, yeah.
So why don't we do you, me, personal, you, me, stream text.
Okay.
So we'll end on mine.
Okay. So me, you with our personal ones, me with this, you with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Done and done. All right. Got a couple minutes commercials left. Going to get into some Five-Finger Death Punch and Bad Company. You got bingo tonight, right? Thursday?
Yeah, I'm doing bingo at the draft room at Berwick, 7 p.m. On Tuesday, they had, and I'm really disappointed that I didn't go on Tuesday, they had burra tacos. Do you know what burra tacos is?
No.
So burra tacos, they're like, I don't know, they're like a cheese-flavored shell thing. I don't know. Hold on, let me look up the definitive definition.
You had me at cheese-flavored shell thing.
Burra tacos. So a burra taco is made with lamb, meat, or beef. Most often, rib meat is often used for the lamb, the shank or beef, blah, blah, blah. You start by marinating the meat, and it has like, the shell is usually like, it's like soaks in the juices, so it's like a darker color.
Okay.
Anyway, the draft room in Berwick had these burra tacos that looked outstanding on Tuesday. I think they were just a special for that day, but I hope they bring it back. But it looked incredible. But anyway, yeah, I'll be at the draft room in Berwick, right there on 17, right where the Kroger is. So I'll be there starting at 7 o'clock tonight, playing some bingo.
Nice.
And bingo nights have been off the chain recently.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got like 60 plus people playing with me every single week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I have like a couple tables that are regulars now. Like,
yeah.
We've been doing this since
it's been a while.
March.
Yeah.
Since March, I've been doing them. And I have people, and they just love to give me endless amounts of shit. It's their favorite thing. Some people know me from the radio station. Other people just know me for being the bingo host there.
Yeah.
But it's really funny, the back and forth we have. I mean, I've stopped games because like someone I have people who like love to chat with me.
Right.
So like last week, I was like, I stopped the game. And I was just like, no. Tell me the rest of your story. No one else will care.
I say that, so hosting bingo at New Realm, I don't get that. For bingo, for trivia, I've got a couple regular teams. Bingo is legitly just tourist people or people rolling through.
Yeah.
So there's no back and forth because I'm not saying there's no back and forth, but there's no established rapport because they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing is I can make the same jokes every week and nobody says anything because to them it's new stuff every time.
Right.
Fantastic. Shame walk of shame joke, whenever anybody actually screws up and doesn't get banged. I mean, the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bartenders got to be like, Jesus Christ, enough. I've heard that. I've heard that one enough, guys. All right, just under 3.5 minutes. Got a story. So my last story, definitely on the lighter side. One of my coworkers set up a prank for weeks leading into Halloween, and the payoff was stellar. So I'll tell that story. Who's coming in for beer for breakfast tomorrow again?
Tomorrow, I was just talking with Jay yesterday.
Jay.
From Coastal Empire Brew Company. He's brewing company. He's going to be stopping in. I think he's bringing someone else with him as well. But he'll be in at 9 a.m. for beer for breakfast. It doesn't exactly feel like a Friday vibe tomorrow.
No.
Today doesn't even feel like Thursday.
This whole week is gone by. Every day's gone by quick.
Every day's been a Tuesday.
Right. Yeah. No, 100% true. Because, tomorrow does not feel like it's Friday.
Yeah.
So, no, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, but Jay from Coastal Empire Brewing Company is going to be in. They have a big 10-year anniversary coming up on the 21st. We would have had them in closer, but schedules kind of affected that. But anyway, we'll still have them in just a little over 2 weeks away from their 10th anniversary coming up on the 21st. But they got some special beers for us.
Yeah.
And they're excited to be swinging in. It's
weird what things make me feel old and what things don't. The fact that Coastal is celebrating 10 years makes me feel really old. I don't know why, but that makes me feel so old.
All right. I'm set for this last one.
All right. We got about 90 seconds.
Perfect.
So, I got a story about the guy setting up the prank, and then we got a text. It involves a dead body. So there's that. Good stuff to wrap up the bit.
Wanda, yeah, absolutely. If you could make it out to the draft room at Berwick tonight, it's a great time there. I do trivia from, I would say we play for 90 minutes. I mean, we bang out 10 games real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, last night with the amount of people there, I played 6 games. I was just like, I'm not going to give away all of their stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
to the same 8 people.
As a bingo host, you have to kind of judge. Like, you want to play for about 2 hours or so, but it really changes the game if you have a bunch of people. We've just been absolutely hammered these last few times. And when you have 60 people playing as opposed to like 15, you get a bingo a lot quicker because just of the odds, the math of it.
So, so we played about 6 games because I always feel bad giving away all of their stuff to the same people. But then last week it was packed. Once again, it was raining. All right, got about 30 seconds.
Coming up on the backside of this hour, we're going to talk about a sumo statue that scares horses, which is interesting. We'll also talk about our 20th anniversary countdown that we have coming up Labor Day weekend, which is going to be here way too quick.
Oh, I know, man. All right, guys, be right back. This morning, we are taking your calls, comments, and text. 800-394-1061. Craziest, scariest, most surreal experience you ever had at a gas station. So this one's kind of more on the funny side. So about the week or so leading up to Halloween, one of my fellow employees, we were stock boys. He's like, I'm going to have some fun on Halloween. He wasn't scheduled to work, but just didn't have anything going on. I was scheduled to work that night. But what he did leading up the week before, he brought like a mannequin type thing. And he built this Halloween display of a guy in a wolf mask. And it stayed in the same spot week and a half at the store. And it was just a display, happy Halloween, that kind of thing. Well, on Halloween night, he removed the mannequin and he got in the outfit. So everybody who came into the store for a week and a half were used to seeing this thing standing there. And you got to the point where you just, you kind of ignored it. So he scared the crap out of almost everybody who walked into that store. So many people freaking, so many people screaming. He got hit, slapped, kicked, punched, just by everybody who was just scared the freak out. And it was the best night of work because I was actually working that night, so I got to experience all of it. It was so much fun. I don't know if I got anything done. I was just watching them all night. But it just, nobody expected it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was the easiest long con of his life.
Yeah.
100%.
So good.
But yeah, it is 100% worth it. Now, once again, we're taking your calls, comments, and texts in regards. What's the craziest, scariest experiences you've ever had at a gas station? This one recently happened to me. I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, on a vacation just last month, and it wasn't exactly crazy or scary. It was just more like slightly underlying terrifying. Like I was one step away from something terrible happening type of deal. So I stop at a gas station in Chattanooga. My wife really wanted Burger King. I don't know why she loves Burger King as much as she does. She's just a huge fan. And of course, we found one in the hood. So we went and got food, and we had to get gas. So
right.
we stopped and got gas. And of course, at that point, I had to pee more than I've ever had to pee in my life. So I went to the bathroom, and I look immediately to the left, there's a garbage can, and it's just filled with bloody tissues. Like to the top, someone bled to the maximum amount, and they filled the entire garbage can. And as soon as I saw that, I threw my hands up in the air, like cops were pointing guns at me.
Right.
And immediately I'm like, I'm not touching anything in this bathroom. So I washed my hands first, then I used the restroom, then I washed my hands again, and then I flushed the toilet with my foot. I kicked the door open like I was that dude from 300.
Right.
And of course, when I kicked the door open, there was 3 ladies literally standing in line.
No.
And I wanted to say, those bloody tissues aren't mine. But I was just like, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here like a thief in the night.
Oh, it's disgusting. We did get a text from somebody. They said he used to work next to a gas station. And early one morning, I noticed a guy outside drinking a beer next to a car. Apparently, he slammed 3 tall boys in about an hour in the parking lot of this gas station.
Wait, are you not supposed to do that at gas stations?
I don't think so.
That sounds awesome.
Maybe. The gas station attendant was weirded out by the guy.
Okay.
Called the cops. Cops show up. Dude had a dead body in the back seat of his car.
What?
I want more context. How did this person die? Why were they in their car?
Wait, was it like a Weekend at Bernie's situation? Was it like
Maybe.
Grandpa?
Oh, man.
Did he drag him in to buy the beers? Was that guy underage?
He wanted one last beer with Grandpa.
I guess.
Before the funeral.
Wow, man. All right, let's wrap this up. Guys, thank you so much for chiming in with your stories on the text chat. Right now, this story from Andy is fantastic. He goes, I can't think of one. I can think of 3 that I've had at gas stations. He goes, 1, coworker and I were inside a gas station when someone came in and held it up at gunpoint.
Oh.
We ducked out of sight. Number 2, while pumping gas at like 5 a.m., I guess a drug deal had gone bad when some guys piled out of a running car 2 pumps over and started a fight on the ground about money. I took off real quick. And then this last one, this is stuff that you see like as memes on the internet. He goes, but this actually happened to him in real life. He goes, I saw a woman lead a grown-ass man inside a gas station by a leash. And then while waiting in line, he knelt there like a dog and just went out on all fours.
To each their own.
Keep your kinks inside your house. I don't need to see them in public.
That's a weird one to me. I don't know. Don't get it. Can't wrap my head around that one at all. All right. Over the past 20 years, we have played a lot of songs in Rock 106.1. What do you think the best song is? What about the top 3? Well, we're going to put together the biggest countdown we've ever done. We need your help. We got details coming up after Volbeat. It's Wait a Minute, My Girl. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys. Awesome job. Hand to you, the Horde.
those
Thank
are
you
good.
so much for those stories.
Those were good. Oh, wow. We got another one. Brian hit us up. Scariest gas station experience, 1993, Springfield, Massachusetts.
Wow, he really remembers this one.
We're going to go back.
What time
It's
exactly?
like a time machine. When I finished pumping gas and I had the clip that allowed the pump to operate unattended after I prepaid inside, I proceeded to sit in my car and while rocking out, forgot to take the pump out and drove off. I ripped the hose right out of the pump, and then I realized it and stopped. I was stopped by the employee coming out screaming like no one had ever done that before. Felt like a total idiot, but she added insult to injury. Fortunately, no gas leaked out of the pump. A week later, I got a bill, the cost of the replacement hose, but they could not make me pay it because I was only 17.
Wow. Yeah, they those things have a detached thing. So like if it gets yanked hard enough, like if it's still in the car, they just come right out.
That's funny.
Whoops.
All right, got about a minute left.
All right, talking Rock 106.1 20th anniversary 1061 song countdown, which I currently don't have up. I don't know why. It was up yesterday. That's what she said. Um,
Oh, man. All right, 40 seconds.
Terabyte says, as of this morning, the best song is, of course, the Retired Men Nude Beach Volleyball.
Hey, you know what? It may make the cut. You never know. You never know. We played it.
How about this? After this next break, we're just going to play it again for the hell of it on the stream. So just in case anyone missed it, we'll play it again.
I can bring it up there. That's fine. Yeah. We can do it. All right, guys. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Kotter and Marshall Show. Now, of course, Rock 106.1 been celebrating our 20th anniversary all year long. The celebration continues Labor Day weekend. We're doing the 20th anniversary countdown. Basically, we're taking the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1, and we're counting them down all the way to number one.
And we want to know what your opinion is on your favorite songs. Maybe they're songs we play a lot, or maybe they're songs we've only played once or twice. Maybe it's a local song. Maybe it's just a one-hit wonder that you rarely hear here at Rock 106.1. Well, we want to play your songs during this countdown and, of course, Labor Day weekend. So hit us up, rock1061.com. Drop us your name, your email, and then write one favorite song. Write 1,000 favorite songs. We don't care. That's a lot of time if you write down 1,000 songs.
It makes my job easy.
Yeah, it does.
Easier, so go ahead and do that. That'd be fantastic.
We'll do it today. Once again, put down your favorite songs. Let us know what you want to hear over Labor Day weekend with the Rock 106.1 Countdown.
20th anniversary countdown. Going to be a lot of fun. All right, coming up next, the Olympics, of course, going on. There is an issue at the equestrian jumping event.
Of all events, this one?
I know, right? Because of a sumo wrestler statue.
Whoa.
We'll tell you what's going down. It's coming up next. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, so Terabyte was bringing it up. In case you guys missed it earlier in the show today, there is a new video game that is like PC only. It's not on like a console or anything, and it's called Nude Men's Beach Volley Retired Nude. Oh my God, Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball. That's it. Retired Men Nude Beach Volleyball. It's the stupidest probably game in the world, but they wrote a theme song for it, guys, and it is the best damn theme song I've ever heard in my life. So we're gonna play it for you once again on the stream,
right now here,
just in case you need to hear it.
You need to hear it.
Well, yeah, you need to hear it. You need to hear it again. It's more what I was going for.
Because I'm pretty sure this theme song will be better than the game. Game will be fine, but this theme song is the highlight. All right, here it is.
You gotta play with your heart. Give it all that you got.
Do you think he started with the song and then is like, I can make a video game?
Take a shot, serve
Probably.
it up on the ball with everything you got.
It's so catchy.
It is.
Stand in the sand. You're a retired man.
You're a retired man. Yes, I am.
Yeah, this is life. Here you are, back and forth. This is your plan. Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League.
That's all right.
Incredible.
So good.
Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League. Having fun in the sun with your friends at the beach. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Having fun in the sun with your friends at the beach. Oh yeah.
It's a jam, dude.
This is your plan.
Is this song the jam of the summer?
It's the hit of the summer, man.
Honestly, I think you should just randomly throw that in here at Rock 106.1. Like, no context.
Just play it.
Run like a new, like, Rock 106.1, new rock, and then just play this.
Play it.
Yes, please do
I
that.
might do that.
I think everyone would appreciate that.
That's pretty funny. Oh, man. So I'm like, how does he come up with this game? So the only thing I could think of, he was like watching the Summer Olympics 5 years ago. He was watching like, the women's beach volleyball. I was like, this is pretty hot. This is awesome. And he's like, what's the opposite of this? Naked old men. Oh my God, I got it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, so guys, just so you know, I threw the idea out there. I put the vote out. Kotter, please play this song randomly. Well, how about this? Just twice a day. Twice a day. At Rock
Twice a
106.
day?
Yeah, twice a day. Throw it in like during lunch, and then throw it in at like 9 o'clock at night. Once again, no context at all.
So detachable penis. Yeah, good. It's a good suggestion, Thomas.
Wait, like you want a detachable
No,
penis?
King Missile's
Oh,
detachable
yeah,
penis.
no, okay, yeah. I got it.
So back before you got here, used to do the drive home if I was all request,
Mhm.
and about once every 3 months, detachable penis would get
Oh, of
requested.
course.
So it. Who did that again? The guy's name. I don't know what the guy's name is. He did some soda drinking simulation game. Detached penis is a good one though. What does Sherry say? Put Texas Hippie Coalition, Turn It Up on the list. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's a really fun song. Sean says, throw it in for people driving home at 5 o'clock. Why not, man?
Billy will appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to Billy the other night. She was telling me, she's like, hey, I want to post more on the Facebook page. I'm like, don't. We have too much stuff on the Facebook page. I'm like, put stuff up on our Instagram page. We don't have enough there.
No, she can post to the Facebook page. It's fine. Just schedule around what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got brand new Foo Fighters coming up after commercials, Making a Fire. Then we'll get into the sumo statue story. Then after 8 o'clock, going to get quizzed in the face. Jeffe's picking new music.
Speaking of, I'm going to move over Jeffe's camera right now.
Okay. A lot to come up in the 8 o'clock hour today. I like it. So speaking of the Olympics, we're going to talk about this story for the sumo statue with the equestrian event. So as of through day 13, so probably yesterday, the medal count stands like this. United States, 83 total medals. China, 71. Russia, 53. Great Britain, 49. Japan, 40. We're second in gold, 27 golds. China's got 32. Here's the interesting part. The female Olympians for Team USA are dominating. They've got more than half of what the men got. They've got 52 medals, 15 of them gold. The men have got 26 medals, 12 of them gold. So,
Wait, did you say 52?
52 medals total, just the women on Team USA.
Jeez.
15 of them gold. The men have 26 total medals, 12 of them gold. So hats off to the ladies of Team USA. They're carrying us this year.
Just
carrying us.
Reminds me that was it anything you could do, I could do better.
Yeah.
I forget who was in that commercial, but that just reminds me of that now. All right, let's check in on Jeffe real quick. Jeffe is our new music beta fish, just in case you're new to the whole Jeffe deal. Let's see. Got him on camera here. Let me just lift this up a little more. There's Jeffe right there. I put his little hammock, leaf hammock right there. But he's just hanging out in the back right now. Just chilling. He's alive. Don't worry. Here, I'll give him the signal. Okay, I gave him the signal. He hasn't moved. Well, that's not a good look. Jeffe, you're alive, right? Yeah, he's alive.
He does that, man. He freaks me out sometimes.
Be a bad look as fish owners if, our fish wasn't alive. All right, there you go. Jeffe on camera, getting ready for him to pick some new music for us here in just a little bit. We'll jump back on camera. Yeah, that song 100%. I think throwing that in just for this week.
Yeah.
Just throwing in just for the hell of it would be a lot of fun. A lot of fun for people. What the hell was that?
Everybody's going to be singing it. And you hear it once, you're like, oh, it's my jam.
So we talked about it yesterday, but the Suicide Squad. Now, I'm talking about not the one that's coming out. I think, is it today or tomorrow?
I think there's a preview today. I think technically you can see it today on HBO.
So the original Suicide Squad film that came out a few years ago, the one that was directed by David Ayer. Yeah. He's the dude that did Training Day. That's the movie that I loathe with every cell in my body.
Right.
It's just a terrible, terrible film. I just felt so betrayed by how bad it was.
Yeah.
I love DC Universe comic book characters.
Right.
Grew up with them, Batman and everything, and these were all the villains, and it just sucked. It just sucked. But the one shining light that came from the Suicide Squad film that was put out years ago was the 21 Pilots song Heathens.
Yeah.
And it's a song we still play here at Rock 106.1. And it's a jam.
Great
it's
song.
a jam.
Great song.
So yesterday, it hit a very important milestone. It has been certified 9 times platinum.
Holy crap.
9 million copies of that song has sold because pretty much of the Suicide Squad fame and, of course, how great that song is. But, yeah, 9 million copies of that song has been sold since it was released in 2016.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, I like that song a lot. I mean, I know people hem-haw back and forth about 21 Pilots. Are they a rock band or are they not a rock band?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you watch them live. I mean, I've never seen them live. I've seen like videos of their concerts. They're a rock band. I mean, it may not sound like traditional rock, but they're a rock band, man.
Yeah. I mean, they're very alty
Yeah,
in a
I
lot
get
of
it.
ways.
I
but
get it.
They're great. I would love to see 21 Pilots in concert. The only thing that would ruin the experience is all the teenage girls screaming.
Yeah, no, that would be a thing, wouldn't it?
Yep. It would be definitely a thing right in your ear. All right, guys, one more story to wrap up the hour, not the show. Sumo statue scares horses. That's exactly what it says on our breakdown. Sumo statues are ruining the Olympics. I'll try to find a picture and share it with you on the stream after we get done telling the story as well. But
that statue's frightening. I mean, it is. It's really frightening. I don't blame the horses.
You sent that story to me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Yep, got it.
Okay. All right. Got about 35 seconds coming out of the new tune from the Foo Fighters.
Sorry, just looking at a picture of it's so ridiculous.
It is.
Wow. That's something special for sure.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. Got a bizarre story coming out of Japan for the Olympics. Now, sumo wrestling, not an Olympic sport. That would be cool if it was.
Right.
That would be awesome.
Wait, why is it not?
I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing it's such a regional thing for the country of Japan.
Can we make it a Winter Olympic sport and it's only done outside in the snow? Huh?
Big old sumo wrestlers, stiff nipples.
Whoa. Why is that the first thing you think of?
Because it's cold outside. They're just in that little thong thing. That's not comfortable.
Immediately, you could have said anything, but the first thing you said was stiff nipples.
Yeah.
Well, we need to have a conversation about this later. Let's get into the story.
All right. So just because it's not an Olympic sport doesn't mean the national sport of Japan isn't having an influence on some of the games. The equestrian event, equestrian show jumping. So they're on one of the jumps, fence number 10. There's a life-size sumo statue. And I mean, this thing, it is frightening.
It is very lifelike.
Yes.
It's painted to scale, or it's built to scale. It's painted very lifelike, and apparently it's freaking the horses out.
I mean, because I guess when the way the horses come around, they're looking at the statue's backside. That's the sight they see.
So according to an AP reporter, they say, as you come around, you see a big guy's butt. It also features an elaborate array of pink cherry blossom flowers, and apparently this is spooking horses because of how realistic it actually is. So did Japan put this out to ruin all other countries' chances of winning the gold in this equestrian event?
And you know what? That is a good theory.
Is this, as the Beastie Boys say, sabotage?
I like this because, I mean, their riders could practice on this course. Mm-hmm. You know, they're used to that statue. It's not freaking them out.
Right.
Then everybody else comes out and sees a big old sumo butt and it's like, whoa, what's going on?
You know, horses do not like big butts, and they cannot lie because, you know, they're horses.
So there you go. This is the most exciting thing to happen to the equestrian event since ever.
Yes, I agree.
One of my two that I cannot watch.
Bruce Springsteen's daughter was in it. She didn't qualify, though.
She didn't.
Well, because of the sumo butt.
So I mean, can you stage a protest?
Yeah. I mean, is Japan getting back at us for all the stuff we've done to them? because of this. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm sure this is
Once again, sabotage.
Sure, this is revenge.
Yes.
Coming up after 8 o'clock, I am going to get quizzed in the face. Last week I sucked. It was a rough go last week, so I'm hoping this week I have got a much better chance for a better showing.
100%. Without a doubt, we are going to also reveal the first date of Torture Tuesday. Torture Tuesday is coming back, guys.
Yes.
So with Quiz in the Face, we'll give you those details.
All right, that's coming up after 8 o'clock. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, Quiz in the Face, and then Jeffe, the New Music Beta Fist, chooses new music for you halfway through the show today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, look, Greg is here.
What up, Greg?
Greg, Kotter said I was too mean to you 2 days ago, and that's why you didn't show up yesterday.
He wasn't here yesterday. I didn't know. I didn't know if he took it personally.
Are you emotionally okay, Greg? Do you want to hug it out? Now, to be honest, Kotter was also mean to you. So
I don't remember that. Sorry.
Yeah. Hold on. Your selective memory hit it? No way.
I know, right? I don't know. What do you mean? Me? I would never. Greg is an awesome person.
He is.
He is.
You're good friends with him. You run with him all the time.
Once.
Hey, speaking of, Greg, speaking of running and Kotter, next Monday. Next Monday, we're back.
Yep.
Absolutely filleting Kotter about not running. But I did, speaking of, my burpees have continued. Another 40 last night. No big deal. It actually is a big deal. They're very hard to do, especially because I'm trying to do them with decent form. I'm not trying to just like half-ass it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get that, when you jump down, like you put your hands down, doing that perfect plank, and then actually doing a real push-up instead of just like one that's like this.
Right.
Actually going down and trying to touch your nose to the floor. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, no, that sounds horrible.
Speaking of sumo stuff, Dennis just dropped in a comment. He goes, I went to a sumo tournament in Japan.
Ooh.
I walked in behind one of the wrestlers who was Swero. I'm thinking he just auto-corrected. Let's just say he's swarmed by as many caretakers. Sumos are revered in Japan. The man was a true mountain. Can't believe how tall and big. Amazing thing is how freaking quick they are in the ring.
Dude, I think going to like a sumo event in Japan would just be utterly amazing.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. Dude, I'm kind of jealous.
What do you think the average weight of a sumo wrestler is?
Are there different weight classes or is it just an open thing? I don't know. That's a great question.
All right, I'm Googling it right now. Sumo wrestlers eat up to 7,000 calories a day and weigh as much as 400 pounds.
Jeez.
The heaviest sumo wrestler ever was 584 pounds. His name was Yama Motoyama. He is the heaviest ever Japanese-born sumo wrestler in history and is also to be the heaviest person to ever sumo wrestle. 584 pounds, but also the average is 7,000 calories a day to get up to 400 pounds.
That's crazy. So, there are weight classes for sumo. Okay. Okay. So the International Sumo Federation was established to encourage the sport's development worldwide, including holding international championships. A key aim of the federation is to have sumo recognized as an Olympic sport. Accordingly, amateur tournaments are divided into weight classes. Lightweight, 187 pounds. Middleweight is 254. Heavyweight, over 254 pounds. And open weight, unrestricted entry. And then they have female sumo wrestlers as well.
Unrestricted entry, name of your sex tape. Wow. Oh, what's this? Wanda just dropped in some news here for us. Train is derailed at Gate 1 and Highway 17 by the ports.
Oh, shoot.
The Garden City police are blocking roads off in that area. Good Lord. Well, there you go. So traffic is going to be great right now. Another fun fact about sumos, can Americans be sumos? Yes. In total, 31 Americans have joined professional sumo since California-based Haraga became the first rishi from outside Japan in 1934. Most never reached the top ranks, but those who did have a major impact and changed the sport forever.
Oh, nice.
We don't know enough about sumo, guys. I think we can all agree. Also, would love to go to a sumo wrestling match.
I would love this. This is fantastic.
But I mean, is there like any rules where I can't like get utterly like shit faced and like yell anything I want during the match?
I don't know, because I'm guessing it's very traditional. I'm guessing there's a lot of pageantry to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm guessing it'd be frowned upon if I had to guess.
Yokohama sucks eggs. Screw you, buddy. Like, I can't scream that.
I don't know. I don't want to say, but I don't know.
Hope you didn't choke on 8 burritos on your way out. Charles says, when I played football in college, we would have sumo wrestling defensive line versus offensive line. We'll wear you out. Yeah. I can imagine so.
All right, so we've got some Alice in Chains, Linkin Park coming up. Then we'll get to Quizzed in the Face.
Mm-hmm. Andrew says one of my drivers have sumo suits. We brought them. We brought them to work and set up the ring in the warehouse, and we did management versus drivers. That's awesome.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Andrew says massive, heavy, fat suits. It was fun. Yeah, dude, it sounds awesome. Funny enough, I was watching that Office episode where they go to the beach and Andy drifts away in his sumo costume. Makes me laugh every time.
I've never done that. The big sumo suits and played around with those.
I think I have once.
Okay.
Maybe.
That looks like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't have suits. We just wear our jock straps. That's awesome. So LeBron is getting a little grumpy that people are saying the Lakers are old.
Yeah.
And he's like, keep saying it, keep talking about it. You know, he's now trying to use that to energize his team. So last season, the average age for the Lakers is 29.4. Now with everybody they've acquired, it's 31.4. And I mean, Anthony Davis is the only person bringing that down, because you've got Russell Westbrook, 32. Trevor, what is it? Ariza, 36. Wayne Ellington, 33. Kent Bazemore, 32. Dwight Howard, 35. Carmelo, 37. LeBron James, 36. Marc Gasol, 36. Anthony Davis is the only guy under 30. You take him off, the average age is 33.
So I don't know if you, because we're both from Illinois. Did you see what the Chicago Bulls did in free agency?
No.
So the Bulls wound up signing Lonzo Ball. So the Bulls' biggest problem last year was they didn't have like a Chris Paul type of point guard. They just didn't have a point guard. And Lonzo Ball, who was with the Lakers, and then he got traded to the Pelicans for the Anthony Davis trade.
Yeah.
He's actually became a really good point guard over the last few years. He averages like 16 points a game and almost like 10 assists a game. Like, he's great at passing the ball and getting guys open and getting them great shots. So the Bulls signed him, right? And we already have Zach LaVine. And then we traded for Nikolai Vucevic, which was from the Orlando Magic. He's a big forward. He scores like 20 points a game. But the Bulls just weren't good last year because they didn't have a great point guard. So we signed Lonzo Ball. And then we somehow traded for DeMar DeRozan. I think is his name, DeMar, whatever his name is. DeMar DeRozan from the Spurs. He averages 20 points as a forward. And then we drafted a bunch of guys, and we got to keep all of our like last 3 years like number one picks on our roster as well. We didn't have to trade any of them away. So the Bulls are in the best position they've been in like 20 years, ever since Derrick Rose. And that was like the beginning of the 2000s or whatever, or late 2000s. But the Bulls may be good again. Like, it's kind of like scary to say that.
So on paper, they look great. In reality, everybody will average 5 points.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, that's awesome. That's good. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to the NBA in a decade and a half. Sorry.
I think I will, just because of the hype around the Bulls this year, I'll probably pay attention a little more.
Right.
Like, I'll probably, if the Bulls play on Christmas Day, I'll probably watch them.
Okay.
That's as much NBA excitement and commitment one person like me can have.
I will say, and I didn't this year just because I didn't have cable or TV. I love watching All-Star Weekend from the NBA.
Okay, yeah, 3-point competition.
I love,
dunk,
yeah. I mean, I watch the game occasionally. I mean, I think it's fun now that they've just embraced the fact there's no defense and it's just who can score 300 points first. But no, the skills challenges, all that stuff, I love it. I mean, they have the best All-Star weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. They have a lot of games and stuff that are really fun to play. Like, that's one thing I wish the NFL would bring back. Remember back, it was like the early 2000s or maybe late 90s. They would have the skills competition for the quarterbacks.
I don't remember.
Like, they'd throw it through the donut hole or throw this pass. Like, they had these awesome skill competitions, and they do reruns of them on the NFL Network.
Okay,
but they haven't done them in 10 years.
Because nobody shows up for All-Star for the Pro Bowl.
But still, they're very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
It could be kind of fun. I wish the NFL would do that. And same thing with baseball. If you look at what the Korean leagues are doing, we do the home run derby.
Yeah.
And it's fine. The rules are stupid, but
they change it every year.
Yeah, it's fine. But they do bunting competitions where they'll put those giant targets, they'll lay them out on the center of the field, and you get to bunt, and they'll have the best bunter competition. And they have a couple other things too. Major League Baseball is run by the biggest group of dummies who do not deserve their jobs ever. You and I could go in there and create enough dumb stuff to keep Major League Baseball in the limelight for years to come. And we're idiots. Someone could go in there and do a much better job than the current, rung of idiots that are running Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, baseball, I get it. The sport itself can be long and the games can be slow, but it can be more exciting. And you don't have to go full Savannah bananas, and go that extreme with what they're doing, but you can definitely have more fun with it. I got about 1:45.
Sorry, going back to the sumo wrestling thing.
Yeah.
Charles goes, when I was doing it in football, we didn't have suits. We just wore our jock straps. Gross. Pray for the person that had to wash those. Dennis said, for each tournament in the ring is built of clay and rice straw bales, and they start young. Yeah, I can imagine. Could you imagine being a failed sumo wrestler?
Yes, I can.
I just couldn't gain the weight, guys. And everyone's looking at you you're a sumo wrestler? Not a very good one. He's 120 pounds.
Little diaper thing couldn't stay on. It just keeps sliding down.
Yeah.
All right, we got about a minute.
He's just got duct tape holding on.
So hot or not? I remember that.
All right, we're jumping into Quizzed in the Face.
All right, got about 45 seconds. Big thanks to everybody hanging out today. So we just should go into lunch today and be like, bring me your biggest margarita.
So we're doing a late lunch today with our boss, and I'm going to be exhausted.
I'm just telling you, 1 o'clock or whatever is 8 o'clock for us. We can start drinking. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys, be right back. I'm about to get quizzed in the face. All I can say is, please, 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 let me do better than I did last week.
How'd you do last week?
I want to say, I think I might have done 50%.
Yeah.
Maybe. It was last week was the football related ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's no secret. Sports, I don't know much. I proved it last week.
Don't know much is the kindest thing you could say about your knowledge of sports.
So I'm hoping to do better today. We'll find out in just moments. Don't forget, get on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to follow, and subscribe. With that said, I'm ready to get quizzed in the face, Marshall.
All right, so with this quiz in the face, we actually have a special announcement attached to it. So once again, with Quiz in the Face, we are going to remark our Torture Tuesdays.
Yes.
So Torture Tuesdays, we have seasons of them. So whenever we're in a promotional period, we do them because they hurt a lot to our bodies and they change us emotionally.
Yes.
Pretty much every single one we do. But Torture Tuesdays are coming back. starting next month, September 21st.
So soon.
Will be our very first Torture Tuesday that will run throughout pretty much the rest of the year. The very first one we're going to do is called the Chip Duel Challenge. We'll explain what that is once we get to it, leading up in the next few weeks. But once again, special announcement, Torture Tuesdays are back September 21st. And because of that, Kotter,
yes,
because we got the first Torture Tuesday already laid out, I wanted to quiz you in the face about, well, hot stuff.
I like this.
We're the kings of hot stuff. We've done every internet hot challenge there is. Now, there is a YouTube series called Hot Ones, hosted by Seth Evans. Now, this is just where they have celebrities come in. They eat 10 hot chicken wings. They interview them. And then, of course, things get out of hand because those wings are very spicy. So there have been 226 episodes of this YouTube series. Once again, Hot Ones.
Crazy.
And there's been tons and tons of celebrities on these shows. So what I want you to do is just tell me whether these celebrities have appeared on the show by just saying hot. That means yes, they have been on the show,
okay,
or not, as in they have not been on the show.
Thank you for explaining.
All right, so once again, let's go ahead. Start quiz in the face today. Number one, I have former Cub, now Yankee, Anthony Rizzo. Has he ever appeared on Hot Ones, Kotter? Quiz in the face.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, I'm not saying there hasn't been a lot of athletes on the show. It's not something that I can remember. I haven't seen every episode, obviously. So for Anthony Rizzo, I am going to say not.
Wrong again.
Really?
Kotter, Anthony Rizzo showed up on the very first season of Hot Ones.
Okay.
This was back May 12th, 2015.
Jeez.
So not starting off too hot here, Kotter. Maybe we could turn around right here. How about famous weatherman Al Roker? Has he ever appeared on Hot Ones?
Al Roker seems like he is down for absolutely anything. You want me to appear in a weird TV commercial, a weird TV show or movie? I'm in. So I'm going to say hot for Al Roker.
That is correct.
That is correct. He showed up on season 6. That was August 2nd of 2018, just a few years ago. All right, once again, we're quizzing Kotter in the face about his knowledge of who's appeared on the YouTube sensation series Hot Ones. Kotter, let's move on to another sports person. You may know him, being from Illinois. Scottie Pippen of the Chicago Bulls. Has he ever appeared on Hot Ones?
See, Scottie Pippen, I don't know. He's just, I mean, unfortunately, the man doesn't have a lot of personality when he does stuff like this.
He's an NBA commentator.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen. We've done 2. Yes, I'm going to say not. Scottie Pippen has not appeared on Hot Ones. Okay,
That is correct.
That is correct. 2 in a row for you. Scottie Pippen has never appeared on Hot Ones. Let's move on to number 4. We'll do 5 this first half. We'll do another 5 on the second half of the break. Let's do deceased rapper Juice WRLD. Has he ever shown up on Hot Ones? Yes, Juice WRLD, Kotter. Big fan, I could tell.
Yeah, I mean he had that one thing. I'm gonna say
He did a song with Eminem.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say hot. I'm gonna say hot for Juice WRLD.
That is correct.
All right, you are absolutely getting hot, Kotter.
Okay.
3 in a row. Let's move on to this one right here. Then we'll take a short break. You may know her as Miss Marvel, Brie Larson. Absolute smoke show. Kotter, has she ever showed up on Hot Ones?
Man, okay. Because
Hot or not?
I want to say totally yes on this, but I start to overthink it because I look at how many yeses or nos you've already given me. But I'm going to stick with my initial thought, and I'm going to say hot for Brie Larson.
Well, she is, but
No,
That is correct.
you are correct. Yes, she did show up. Most recently, actually, July 2nd of last year, she showed up on season 12 of Hot Ones. So currently, Kotter started off not hot, but you are absolutely in fuego, getting 4 in a row for Quizzed in the Face.
All right, we'll see if I can continue the hot streak. Coming up next, Evanescence. This is Better Without You. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. All right, I like this. Yeah, way better. Way better.
Oh, did I say Seth Evans? I said Seth Evans. I guess I did.
Seth Rollins.
It's Sean Evans. I don't know, or is it Seth? I don't know. What do you know?
Morning, Rhett.
All right, guys. Once again, we're quizzing Kotter in the face. In case you didn't hear, Torture Tuesdays are coming back. September 21st is our very first one. My brother-in-law messaged me yesterday, said, hey, I already bought this and shipped it to you. It is the Chip Duel Challenge. So what this is, it is like 2 of those Pocky one-chip challenges, and it also includes the flipping of a coin. I don't know exactly what it is because I haven't really dived too hard into what the rules are, but it is actually being put together by the guys at Pocky, also by the guys at the Pucker Butt Pepper Company. They're the same people who actually created like the ghost pepper. They create peppers. Like they do the breeding of peppers and make the hottest peppers on the planet. And they're both from South Carolina.
And this is what they're saying here. From the creators of the One Chip Challenge and the world's hottest pepper, it's the face-off that will melt your face off. The Duel, featuring Pepper X, the world's newest, hottest pepper. 2 ferocious chips, 1 brave winner. Challenge your friend or foe and see if you have what it takes. Includes 2 Pepper X chips, dueling instructions, and coveted Victor's coin.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the winner gets the coin.
Excellent. Well, based upon how I did on our last hot challenge where I yacked, there's a good chance you'll win.
Ooh, I don't know, man. We'll see. They've got a video. I'll watch that later. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm down. We've never done one where it's been a competition between us, right? It's usually just we
just both experience one another.
So it'll be interesting now that. So is the next Torture Tuesday on the line then for it? The loser just has to face the next one. I mean, got to put something on the line if it's a duel.
Yeah.
All right, got about 1:25. Come back, second half, quizzed in the face.
News for you. Wrestler Ravi Dihaya bitten by his opponent in the Tokyo Olympics semifinal. That was a headline I just got.
Oh. Went on Mike Tyson on him.
Things are getting crazy out here. People are biting each other's faces off.
I will say,
birds' heads are falling off.
Olympic wrestling can be kind of hard to watch just because the wrestlers are so good. I mean, a lot of them end 1-0 because nobody can get the upper hand on the other, and they just have to do something toward the end, and somebody like sneaks it in. So it's a little anticlimactic sometimes.
All right, we're about 40 seconds away from diving into the second half. The final piece of Quizzed in the Face, then Jeffe, the new music beta fish. Let's check it on him real quick. Jeffe, you doing good? Yeah, he's just chilling. We'll have him stop by the show and pick some new music for us in between a new track with Bruce Springsteen and Tom Morello and Starset. So he's got some solid choices to choose from today.
Sean, 5 for 5 so far in Quizzed in the Face.
Oh, of course you are, yeah.
He's seen every episode.
Hey, just so you know, I'm also 5 for 5.
All right, guys, be right back. In the middle of getting quizzed in the face, I will say I'm doing much better this week. Last week was an utter disaster.
Right.
So far, I'm 4 out of 5. So now this is where it falls apart in the second half. And I will end up getting none of them right, and I'll do worse than last week.
Well, that's the competitive spirit.
You know me. You know me.
Do I have my right, wrong things up there?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's just live radio, guys. Don't worry about that. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it, Kotter. Once again, we are quizzing you in the face. Big announcement. Torture Tuesdays are officially coming back. Officially, Tuesday, September 21st will be our very first Torture Tuesday. It's going to be the Chip Duel Challenge. We'll get into what that is here in the next few weeks, but that'll be our very first one coming back from taking this break from Torture Tuesdays. Now, in honor of that, we love hot challenges, and of course, we both love the YouTube series Hot Ones, hosted by Sean Evans. So there has been 226 episodes of this series, Kotter. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you a celebrity name, and you just have to say hot on if they've been there or not on if they haven't. So currently, you're 4 out of 5. So let's go ahead and begin the second half. So let's get into this one right here. How about Negan himself, Jeffrey Dean Morgan? Is he hot or not?
Oh, he's hot. But I'm going to say hot for being on the show. He seems like somebody who'd be down for this, have some fun with it. And I'm going to guess, go out on a limb. Not only was he on the show, he beat it. He killed it. He did great.
I didn't watch that episode, but he definitely.
That is correct.
He definitely was on the show. Kotter on an absolute hot streak here with the last 5 in a row, 5 for 6. Let's move on. Number 7, Kotter. Resident fat guy of the NSYNC group, Joey Fatone. Has he ever showed up on the YouTube series Hot Ones?
Oh, man, I want him to. He's usually very entertaining. I think he would be fantastic on this. I'm going to say hot, man. Yeah, I want him to be on this show.
That is correct.
You are correct, man. Okay, you are absolutely on fire right now.
Okay.
Six in a row now. 6 in a row. Cotter's on fire. Quiz in the face. Moving on. How about disgraced newscaster Matt Lauer? Has he ever appeared on Hot Ones?
Okay.
Hot or not?
If he did, it was way before everything went down, because we really haven't seen much of him since. I don't know. He doesn't seem like somebody who's in for a good time. I'm going to say, well, he is in for a good time, but for a different kind of good time. Somebody would take himself too seriously. So I'm going to say not.
Hmm.
Okay.
That is correct.
All right, Kotter he's doing too good at this game. I think I went too easy on him, guys. That or something else is going on here. All right, how about this, Kotter? 2 more left.
Yes.
Let's see how you do. How about the liar, Henry Rollins? Has he ever appeared on Hot Ones?
Okay, so I just made the comment about Matt Lauer taking himself too serious. I mean, you kind of get that from Henry Rollins, but he also just seems like he could be on the joke and have some fun. Oh, this is tough. I don't know, man. This is the hardest one yet. I'm going to say not. I'm going to say not.
Wrong again.
Oh, damn.
Kotter, he showed up season 4 of Hot Ones way back on September 7th of 2017. So, Kotter, you've only missed 2 so far. You're absolutely killing Quiz in the Face.
Okay.
Let's see if you can wrap it up with this one. How about radio and podcaster guy himself, Adam Carolla? Adam Carolla, he took over for when Howard Stern, excuse me. When Howard Stern went off the air of terrestrial radio, he took over, one half of America, him and the dude from Van Halen. Kotter, radio podcaster Adam Carolla, has he ever appeared on Hot Ones?
I'm going to say hot. Yes, I think he has.
That is correct.
That is correct. Absolutely killing Quizzed in the Face today, showing up with 8 out of 10.
All right, we're back for more Quizzed in the Face next week. We'll quiz Marshall on Tuesday. Coming up next, Jeffe 2, the new music beta fish, is going to select a new song for us. Choices today, Starset Infected or Tom Morello, Eddie Vedder, and Bruce Springsteen covering AC/DC Highway to Hell. Jeffe, the new music beta fish, is next. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, I decided to only do 2 fake ones on that one.
Okay, yeah.
Probably should have done more. I don't know.
No, that's what threw me because I always that's always part of what I'm trying to decide. It's like, all right, you've given me this many. Eventually, they got to go the other way. But I just, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
The only 2 you missed was Anthony Rizzo and Henry Rollins.
Yeah,
those are the only 2 you missed on there. All right, so that's done with. Rhett says, nice, Kotter.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, Rhett.
Max says, hot is not a good enough word to describe Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
You know what? I can't argue with that. That man is attractive.
Finally, we found a guy that Mac likes. It took to this very moment. All right, guys, Jeffe comes up next. After that, we play some Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia. With trivia, we're going to hook you up with tickets to go check out the Tailgate Bar Crawl, which is going to be happening on Saturday, September 4th, downtown Savannah. It starts off at Stafford's Pub, so you just go and check in there, and then there's 12 different pubs on this route. And then, of course, the Bulldogs take on Clemson that night. So first big football game of the season.
Cool.
We'll also hook you up with tickets to go check out Midday in the Beer Garden at Moon River. It's a big, it's a small but technically biggest beer festival we currently have in Savannah.
That's true.
That's going down on August 14th. So we'll hook you up with tickets to both of those events just for playing. You don't have to win or lose or even tie us. You can actually just call in and we'll hook you up.
All right, get those put in.
So, Kotter, yesterday there was a viral video about Jameis Winston. Did you see this?
I did not.
Did you see this? Hear about this? Did you see this? So they were doing a NFL camp hit, live hit, because the NFL Network, they literally just go to the football camps. They'll have guys broadcasting, at the camp. They'll be like, hey, this guy threw good today, or this guy tackled nice today. So they were doing drills, and they were doing that drill where they run through a bunch of like sandbags, and they kind of have springs on them. So you hit them, and it feels like going through a bunch of guys like running. So a bunch of guys, like quarterbacks and running backs, were running through this like little machine thing. And then the very last guy is Jameis Winston. And he doesn't wait. Like the guy was just going through and he kind of followed him. But when that guy pushed those bags back, they kind of swung back into Jameis. And Jameis totally fell over.
Oh, no.
So everyone was laughing at Jameis Winston yesterday because he absolutely got rocked in this machine. I don't know if you got a chance to see that. I'll send you the article so
That's funny.
So you could check it out. But it was pretty funny. Poor Jameis Winston, who's probably going to be the starting quarterback for the Saints this year, with Drew Brees retired, is getting his ass handed to him in camp.
Poor guy.
Morning, Liquid. How are you this morning? Thanks for hanging out. Glad to see you're going to make it for trivia today. Excuse me.
All right. Man.
Just in case you guys want to see the Jameis Winston video yourself, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Should be showing up here any second. There you go.
Nice.
Just in case you want to, see Jameis just absolutely get rocked. It's kind of funny.
All right. Show flying by today.
So Chris Cornell, before his passing, he had a photo shoot. And they just announced that photo shoot, it's not going to be like shown in a magazine or like shown off on a website.
Right.
They're actually going to be, the photos are going to be minted and sold as part of a new NFT drop. The non-fungible tokens that became quite popular, and then everyone decided that was a terrible idea. Well, apparently they're going to do it. There's going to be 2 NFTs auctioned via Cryptograph. That's going to be today at 12 noon Eastern time. One is entitled "Until We Disappear," and the Cryptograph description reads: "The starkness of this NFT digitized photograph exquisitely captures Chris's raw emotions." And I'm looking at the photos, and it literally just
him.
he's got like a bushy beard for Chris Cornell, like a bushy mustache, and he just looks hungover. Like, does it exquisitely capture his? I don't think so.
Mac, I'm not 100% sure where I left off, and if I missed some. The last one I watched, and not that this is shocking for Walking Dead, a kind of major character, pretty sure died.
Which one?
I don't know. Do I want to spoil it?
It's been out forever.
That's Alpha.
What?
I know.
You son of a bitch! Why'd you say that to me?
The bald chick. Negan killed her, right? That's the last thing I remember watching. So I don't know where that is in the timeline. And like I said, I may have missed episodes leading up to that as well.
Liquid, I just dropped the link for that song. So Tom Morello does a song with Bruce Springsteen. He asked if there was a link to a video. I went ahead and dropped it in the chat so you can check it out. But we'll see if Jeffe picks it. We'll find out here in 3 minutes. His choices are Star Set and that Tom Morello song with the boss.
See you later, Tony. Thank you for hanging out. All right, we've got about 2:45. Get into Jeffe 2, New Music Beta Fish.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jeffe. Let's get to work, bud. Come on up here. He has this thing where if I tap on the front of the not cage, I always call it a cage, tank, he'll usually come up swimming.
Right.
There he is. There's our little boy. The weather is horrible to be driving in. Oh, it is raining. Holy crap, I just noticed. What's the weather like today? I didn't look.
I thought it was, yesterday was, it didn't rain yesterday. I don't know. I did not look today.
They're calling for a chance of rain pretty much all day.
Okay, good time.
Yeah. Nice hammock. Thanks. I know it'll get Jeffe up here. Let's give him a little treat.
All right, we got about 90 seconds. 90 seconds.
I dropped one piece of food in there for Jeffe, and man, he came running.
All right, got about 45 seconds.
Max says, so no heels for lunch? Good to know. Why would you wear heels? Ugh. I'm wearing flip-flops. No big deal.
Be comfortable. It's all good.
Our fish is cool, Liquid. Don't be hating. All right, guys, we're about 20 seconds away. Going to jump on the air. Jeffe will pick new music for us. Then we're going to get set for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? If one of you want to play against us, next break. Next time we go on the air, not this time, but next time, call us up.
Be right back, guys. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. It is time for Jeffe 2, the new music beta fish, to select a new song for us today. A couple cool choices. I'm really excited about song number 2. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, you can't tell Jeffe which song to pick. He's a fish. He can make up his own mind.
He can. That's fine. I'm not going to lie, though. I almost put the second song in twice just to make sure we got to hear it. But number 1 is a brand new tune from the band Starset. This song is called Infected.
We do it one by one. Put your hands up and run. We're addicted to the panic, and we hate the way this world has become. But there ain't no cure for it.
Okay. Decent stuff from band Starset. The other option, the one I'm excited about, Tom Morello, along with Eddie Vedder and Bruce Springsteen. Morello's got a new album coming out in October. It's called The Atlas Underground Fire, and one of the songs is this tune along with Eddie and Bruce. It's a cover of AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
All right, cool.
You know what? I listened to it a couple times last night. I really, really like that song.
All right, so on the left-hand side of the tank, Starset will be represented. On the right-hand side of the tank will be Tom Morello with Eddie Vedder and Bruce Springsteen doing their cover of AC/DC's Highway to Hell. So I'm going to give Jeffe the signal. Jeffe, let's get to work, buddy. Choose new music for us. Oh, he immediately went to the Starset side.
Really?
Yeah, immediately. Like it wasn't even a thought. Okay, I think he's rethinking it. He's coming back a little bit. All right, Jeffe, you got to make up your mind, buddy. Okay. And there it is right there. There's the definitive choice, Kotter. I think he may have had a hand in this, but he has gone to the right-hand side. We are going today with a Tom Morello tune.
All right, along with Bruce Springsteen and Eddie Vedder, this is Highway to Hell. Thank you, Jeffe 2, the new music beta fish. Rock 106.1.
That a boy, Jeffe. Listen to your two dads.
Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to hit the effing button. Buttons.
Which effing button?
The hooks played on the stream. Oh, no. Wasn't being a rebel. Buttons.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Not going to lose sleep over it. All right. That can go. All right. We're doing good there. All right. So after this, we'll play some trivia.
So, guys, once again, hooking you up with tickets to the Tailgate Bar Crawl. Also, Midday in the Beer Garden, which is over at Moon River. I will hook you up with both of those passes to go check out both those events. You can actually win those just by calling us up, being the first caller to play against one of us. And Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? That is in 2.5 minutes. So if you want to wait, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, feel free to call us up. Play one of us.
Jeopardy has selected its permanent host.
So that guy was the executive producer of the show with Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
So they just chose their own guy.
Yeah, Mike Richards, the executive producer of Jeopardy, has taken over as the permanent host. I mean, maybe they were worried having a bigger celebrity would overshadow maybe a little bit. I don't know.
But don't you want a name so people tune in?
I think you would. But then again, I think the people that watch Jeopardy are so ingrained it doesn't matter.
What about LeVar Burton? A lot of people are saying LeVar Burton should have got that job.
Yeah. I know your choice.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely. I knew you were going to bring that up, you son of a bitch. Yeah, absolutely. I would have loved Aaron Rodgers.
Unfortunately, he's busy being the quarterback for the Packers.
Any other team, I would have been happy. Quarterback for the Broncos would have been awesome. Would have loved that. They could have traded Teddy Bridgewater. I could have saw Teddy Bridgewater start for the Packers. That'd been amazing. He looked so good and green.
All right, got about a minute 15. Solicit somebody to play some trivia.
Max says she restarted Outer Banks from season 1 last night, giving it another try. Got past the 3rd episode. Got to say it's pretty good. Chock full of guys that look like those that wouldn't be caught dead with me when I was younger, and legit makes me mad, but the storyline is great. It is coming down hard out there, dude. It's gushing.
Ugh. All right, got about 45 seconds.
All right. Let me just pop on. Let's see. Get the trivia up. Yesterday was a reset day for Kotter, his first loss in quite some time.
Yep, day before I brought it up. Should have just shut my mouth.
We'll see. We'll see what happens today. But I'm all set. I'm all set for whether you play trivia or I do.
All right, guys, be right back. Tom Morello, along with Eddie Vedder and Bruce Springsteen, covering AC/DC's Highway to Hell, as selected by Jeffe 2, the new music band of Fish. Right now, it is time for some Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl.
So here's the deal. We're going to hook you up with 2 great prizes just for playing. You don't have to beat us. You don't have to lose to us or tie to us. You just literally have to be the first person to call right now at 1-800-394-1061. Your first prize is going to be a pair of passes to the next big bar crawl. That's the Tailgate Bar Crawl going down Saturday, September 4th. That's when the Bulldogs take on Clemson. Also, we'll hook you up with passes to go check out our first beers festival we've had in a while. That's next Saturday over at Moon River. It's called Midday in the Beer Garden.
All right, so give us a call right now to play some trivia, 800-394-1061. It's the Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, just waiting on our call. We'll play ourselves some trivia here. There we go.
Rock 1061, who's this?
Hey, how's it going? I was calling for the trivia.
All right, what's your name?
Dean.
Dean. All right, man, who do you want to take on today, Kotter or Marshall?
Let's go with Marshall.
All right, fair enough. All right, Marshall's going to put the headphones on so you can't hear what's going on. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time's going to start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know an answer and would like to pass, feel free to do so. And if we have time at the end, we will come back and give you another shot at it, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go, Dean. Question number 1 is multiple choice. What word was dropped from the name of Frosted Flakes cereal in 1983? Was it healthy, sugar, or sweet?
Let's go healthy.
Incorrect. Fanta originated as a Coca-Cola substitute in Europe during what war?
A war in Europe, World War II.
That is correct. In what decade did Coca-Cola introduce its Diet Coke brand?
The 80s.
That is correct. Who won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in the film Goodfellas? Was it Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, or Joe Pesci?
Ray Liotta.
Incorrect. Hepatitis is the term of inflammation for what body part?
What was the first part?
Hepatitis is the term for inflammation of what body part?
Oh, hepatitis, inflammation of the liver.
That is correct. What comedian has hosted Family Feud since 2010?
NBC.
What comedian?
Oh, which medium?
A comedian. Which comedian has hosted Family Feud?
Oh, comedian, Family Feud. Steve Harvey.
That is correct. Last question. In 1915, Johnny Gruelle received a patent to create what doll known for her hair made from red yarn?
I have no idea on that one.
Okay, time is up. Dean, let me get Marshall. Dean got 4. No, wait, 1, 2. Yeah, 4 out of 7. 4 out of 7. Cool. All right, man. Hold tight. We're gonna quiz Marshall, and we'll be right back to you. Okay.
4 is the silver bullet for us. So let's see how this works out.
All right, Marshall. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. It is multiple choice. What word was dropped from the name of Frosted Flakes cereal in 1983? Healthy, sugar, or sweet?
Sugar.
That is correct. Fanta originated as a Coca-Cola substitute in Europe during what war?
Oh, World War II?
Correct.
Oh.
In what decade did Coca-Cola introduce its Diet Coke brand?
80s.
That is correct. Multiple choice. Who won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in his role in the film Goodfellas? Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, or Joe Pesci?
Oh, supporting role, though?
Yeah.
Joe Pesci.
That is correct.
Nice.
Hepatitis is the term for inflammation of which body part?
Oh, the liver.
That is
I probably
correct.
got that.
What comedian has hosted Family Feud since 2010?
Is it Steve Harvey?
That is correct.
Okay.
Going for the perfect run here.
Okay.
In 1915, Johnny Gruelle received a patent to create what doll known for her hair made from red yarn?
Oh, Raggedy Ann.
That is correct. Dean. Dean.
7 for 7.
Marshall ran the table, but don't worry. We're still going to hook you up with some tickets, man.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, Dean, we'll go ahead and give you a call after the show today to get you all hooked up. Probably be later on this afternoon. But thank you so much for calling in today. We appreciate you listening to the show.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, thanks, man.
See you, man.
See ya.
Later.
All right, let's just quickly run through the answers. You nailed them all. Sugar was removed from Frosted Flakes, the title in 1983. Fanta came out in World War II. 1980s is when Diet Coke was introduced. Joe Pesci scored the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for Goodfellas. Hepatitis messes up your liver. Steve Harvey's been the host of Family Feud since 2010. And yes, Raggedy Ann, the creator, got the patent back in 1915. There you go. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We're back tomorrow around 8:30. Your chance to play and win, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl, Rock 106.1. All right, guys, going to edit this up. We'll be right back. Time to play. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We've got Dean on the line. All right, man. Choice number 1.
Let's go with Marshall.
All right.
Cool.
Very Dean on the line. All right, man. Choice number one. Who do you want to take on, Kotter or Marshall?
Let's go with Marshall.
All right, fair enough. All right, Marshall's going to put the headphones on so you can't hear what's going on. 7 questions, 60.
Let's go with Marshall.
7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time's going to start. Give you another shot at it, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go, Dean. Question number 1 is multiple choice.
Let's go healthy.
Incorrect. Fanta originated as a Coca-Cola substitute.
The 80s. Ray Liotta.
Incorrect. Hepatitis is the term.
What was the first part?
Hepatitis is the term of inflammation for All right, there we go.
Okay. All right, guys, back on the chat here. Thank you for hanging out while Kotter was editing that up. What's going to happen is that's going to play back live on the air here any second. Then after that, we go into commercials. And then it's just a long, slippery slope until 9 o'clock. And then we'll get into some stuff in the 9 o'clock hour, most specifically about the story about a beach ball, which became like sort of a mascot of this Wisconsin town, which, as you can already imagine, is Wisconsin. They definitely need something to do. So that makes a lot of sense. And then we'll actually get into a conversation about what mascot should, be our show's mascot. So we both got a couple ideas. We'll dive into that a little bit in the 9 o'clock hour. And then we'll wrap the show up with some music news stories. In music news today, I'm going to talk about Fall Out Boy. Kotter just went and saw them.
They're great.
They've got some bad news that happened to them. Tom DeLonge and Mark Hoppus, who have, infamously not really gotten along in life. They both got together for a podcast recently. So going to talk about, what they were talking about. And then Limp Bizkit. We talked about them earlier this week, I think. Yeah, it was, God, this week's flown by. I think it was on Monday. We talked about Fred Durst and his new look. Well, at the end of their Lollapalooza set, they were throwing out T-shirts, and I couldn't quite tell what was on them. And we have the answer to that now. So I'll talk about that as well. So we'll talk about Limp Bizkit, Fall Out Boy, and Tom DeLonge and Mark Hoppus.
If anybody's got an idea of what we could use as a show mascot, feel free to type it in. I know we had some early in the show. If Greg is still around, I'd really like to know Greg's thoughts on a potential mascot.
Oh, yeah.
I think that could be fun. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Liquid, you got the Platinum Trophy on Final Fantasy VII Remake. Nice. Have fun with the pull-ups and getting all the wedding dresses. Oh, yeah. I got to figure that out. I just did, the squats competition, which my wife was laughing at me for, but I finally beat, I did that little stupid squat mini game, but I haven't done the pull-ups one. I'm guessing that's later. I'm about halfway through right now. I think I'm on chapter 11 out of 18. And then there's the DLC, the Intergrade with Jeffe. I think I'll play that as well. So, yeah, I've heard really great things about Halo Infinite. I've heard it's like the multiplayer stuff is incredible. I didn't watch any of the Twitch stuff, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. Squats suck too. Pull-ups is harder. Great. Yeah, I can't wait to try that. Yeah, we got I got a bunch of that game left. Hey, man. It's hot in here. Yeah, just realized that. Didn't get I've heard great things about the DLC Liquid. You should definitely check that out. I don't think it's on sale right now, but I'm sure it's going to be before the end of the year. Pull-ups is harder. Sean says a hot pepper. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out during this part of the show. Got a few more minutes in the top of the 9 o'clock hour. We'll jump back on air. But right now, you're still in the market for a PS5, Rhett? I'll see what I can do for you. If I find anything for you, I'll let you know. Liquid, I left my PS4 on last night downloading the 3 free games. Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to jump into that DLC once the game's over with. I don't have a game to jump into afterwards. I'm thinking about playing Returnal, but I think that's probably going to be the next game I play. Nice, Sean. Definitely going to have to do that. Check out Gooth TTV. Oh, Hot Pepper as a mascot. Yeah, actually, I think I wrote that down. Yeah, my first one is Giant Pepper. All right. Definitely, Red. If I can hook you up with the PS5, I definitely will. I was on a hot streak there. I got 3 PS5s for like friends and family. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, man. So there's a story that came out yesterday, Kotter. Kotter just joined us back in studio here with about Deadpool. Did you see this?
I did not.
All right. So Ryan Reynolds did that Korg crossover. Remember that 2 or 3 minute video that came out with Deadpool and they were like reviewed the new Free Guy movie?
Yeah.
It was in promotion of Free Guy. Okay, so there was an interview with Ryan Reynolds recently in regards to the promotion of Free Guy, and he actually talked about how he reached out to Disney because he had an idea about a dark short film he wanted to make with Deadpool and the hunter that killed Bambi. So he goes, you might be thinking that perhaps Deadpool wants to exact revenge on behalf of Bambi and his mother, but that's not the case. In a surprising twist, Reynolds said the short film would reveal that Deadpool is actually a big fan of the hunter. He goes, I want to do a short film of Deadpool interrogating the hunter who killed Bambi's mom. But the whole gist of it is Deadpool is actually just a huge fan. He's not interrogating. He just wants to know how he could be the most loathed Disney character in the history of Disney. And, of course, Disney was like, well, I don't think that's ever going to happen. So he goes, after he pitched that, he pitched the idea of doing the movie review with Korg.
Right.
They said, yeah, Ryan, just get the hell out of the room. Go do whatever you want. But they would not sign off on the whole Bambi
Yeah,
thing.
I get that.
But what a great idea.
That is funny. That is good. I like that.
Oh, Liquid. So Liquid mentions on the chat right here. He says there's a documentary on. I think it's on HBO Max. Liquid. He goes about the '99 Woodstock Festival. Holy crap! My generation were a bunch of douches. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So I saw it when I was watching The Sopranos for the past week, and I actually mentioned it to my wife, saying I think I actually really want to watch this.
Yeah.
If we get time this weekend. So. Yeah, but
There was, a 94 and then a 99? Because there was a one before the 99 one, right? Or wasn't?
Let me check. How many Woodstocks were there?
Yeah, there was Woodstock 94.
94 was estimated at 550,000 people.
Stupid.
I think there's been 3.
Yeah. Because it couldn't have been 99. Because one year, maybe I just heard the stories of it because I wasn't in radio by 94. So the station that I eventually worked at, Rock 106 in Peoria, they had old piece of crap Cadillac ambulance. So the Ghostbusters car, basically what this was, Cadzilla. It was literal piece of crap. And I mean, my first day on the job was cleaning it out after a long, hot summer. And this is back in the day where, we had, you had somebody on the air at all times, weekends and everything. So, I mean, we had 20, 25 just on-air people. So, I mean, it was a mess. So they did a promotion where a couple people in the station, they didn't take a listener, but the station, they drove up to the Woodstock in Cadzilla, which is just a disaster. But they were live on the air during a break, and one of the tires on the way up, and one of the tires exploded while they were on the air. And the car, I mean, it's just the car swerving and all this stuff. The brake, I mean, they kept the brake. It was played at Christmas parties. I mean, it was just one of those epic things that never went away. So, but it had to have been 94 because that station was gone by 99.
Jesus. Yeah, so Liquid says, he goes, 94 went off without a hitch. People loved it. They decided to do it again. 99, big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was 3 official Woodstocks. The first Woodstock, I was actually just going to the Wikipedia page, said over the course of the original 3-day Woodstock, there were 742 drug overdoses.
Jeez.
I didn't think you could overdose on weed, man.
Is the 94 Woodstock is an interesting mix. I mean, it's like you have people like Sheryl Crow, Collective Soul, Candlebox, Violent Femmes, Jackal.
Was the 94 Woodstock, was that with 9 Inch Nails? Is that the Mud Fight or was that 99?
So the 94 had 9 Inch Nails, Metallica, Aerosmith,
Right.
Rollins Band. I don't remember when the Mud Fight was, but then it's got people like Joe Cocker who played the first Woodstock, and it's got Bob Dylan. And it's got Arrested Development. It's got the Allman Brothers. It's got Traffic. This had to have been the one because it had Green Day. Yeah, because this. I mean, but then 99 was just a cluster too, wasn't it?
Well, 99 was the absolute shit show. Like they were tearing stuff down and
Yeah.
like burning stuff.
I don't remember now which one. I don't remember.
Well, how about this? Homework assignment for the weekend. Everyone watch Woodstock.
I mean,
the documentary.
I'm down for a homework assignment. Should we make it though Suicide Squad?
Ooh, yeah, we should.
Because that's more topical. I mean, we can get to this, and I think it's a good homework assignment.
Yeah.
But I think with Suicide Squad just coming out.
Okay, all right, let's do that. Okay, everyone, homework assignment. Everyone's going to watch the new Suicide Squad film over the weekend, and then on Monday, we'll do a review.
I like it.
And we'll talk about it. And if for some reason you can't go out and see the movie theaters, Kotter will give you his HBO Max login, and you can just watch it from there. So everyone just email Kotter at kmshow@rock1061.com and just email, say, hey, I need the username and password for your HBO Max account.
Let me get on to that.
Yep. Shoot him all the emails. Willing to do that. Real team player, Kotter.
Yep, I know, right? So crazy.
No, you don't have to see the first one. Please do not watch the first Suicide Squad film. It's terrible. I wish they would have named it something else. So the first film that came out that I hate so much that I've talked about ad nauseum was called Suicide Squad. This film is called The Suicide Squad. Like, I wish they would have named it something else.
Yeah, I get that. I get that 100%.
Because I'm dumb and I don't understand difficult things.
All right. Which story were you going to do first for
music news?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do, it's so funny, your rundown has like all the stories. I'm going to do Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, my first run of stories yesterday, then all this cool stuff came out. And I keep looking at it. I'm like, I'm not talking about Tony Hawk or Motorhead. Talk about Fall Out Boy first. They're the most important thing. Hey, Sean needs the group account info, man. Hey, so we were talking about video games earlier, and this is a complete nerd headline that I just saw, but I wanted to share because it's kind of relevant to what we were talking about.
Right.
So the Nintendo Switch, which came out almost 5 years ago, has now shipped more units and has now outsold all time the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. It is the seventh.
Really?
It is the seventh biggest game console of all time.
Damn.
89 million units.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
So the Nintendo Switch is putting out a updated version of the console in October, and they're calling it the Nintendo Switch OLED. So if you play Nintendo Switch a lot, like on the run, like not just stationed at home, it's got like a new fancy OLED screen, which is, fancy and new, and it costs $50 more than like the regular version.
Right.
So it's worth it, especially if you play a lot of games on the go. I don't. I usually just play specifically at home. But that'll be coming out, and that's going to sell a crap ton more units because people are just going to upgrade their stuff.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo Switch may go like top 5 most sold video game systems of all time. It's a great system, man.
Yeah. My kids got the handheld version.
The Lite.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Mammoth WVH, don't back down. Got some 311. Bush. Then we'll get back to it. Ooh.
So what you got going on for the rest of your day?
Obviously got lunch. Lisette is coming in with Mia out on maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
They do a Latin lunch program every Saturday on our sister station G100. So I'm going to have to record that show today and edit it. Once again, I don't speak Spanish.
How are you going to edit? Just clear up the dead spaces?
I'm going to ask her when she records it if there is an edit needed to just make note of it, because I'm not going to sit in there the entire time she's going.
Mm-hmm.
Just make note of it in the audio, and then I'll just edit it from there. She does type it out. I don't read Spanish, obviously, either, but I'm hoping I can follow along good enough that if she notes there needs to be an edit here, I'll be able to put it together.
Yeah.
If not, then I don't know what's going to end up on the show.
Hey, good luck. Sean says, do you play with it docked to your TV? I haven't done it yet. Usually just sit on the couch and play while the wife watches her shows. No, I actually play only, for the majority, only docked. So I have like a standing appointment with my buddy who lives up in New York where we play every single Monday. But yeah, I mean, I'm usually just like, I guess that's just the old school part of me. I realize that I can play, this fancy Nintendo machine, anywhere I go, but I just leave it right where it sits every single day. I probably taken it off the dock probably a total of 20 times in the 4 years I've owned it. So pretty rare. I think when we lost power for one of the hurricanes over the last 4 years, I played it extensively in handheld mode. But
right.
Yeah, usually docked.
I get that.
So this story just came out. CVS, not Walgreens, will raise its minimum wage to $15 an hour.
Good for them. Marshall, you'll love this. PBR buying ad time on AEW.
Yeah, did you see the commercial?
I haven't, but it says it features wrestling AEW stars.
It features Hornswoggle in it.
Oh, no
Watch
way.
It. Yeah.
Is he AEW?
Yeah, I don't know really what's going on between PBR and AEW, but they've been tweeting a lot about each other. And PBR just ran their very first commercial. I think it features like a bunch of non-AEW like wrestlers that everyone knows.
Cardona, yeah, Chelsea Green, Hornswoggle. It's like one guy from AEW. I'm not sure who that is. Let's see.
I'd much rather play Breath of the Wild on the TV, but I'd take it. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, Matt Cardona. That's Chelsea Green. Matt Cardona is Zack Ryder.
Sorry, Kotter is currently watching the PBR commercial
it's ridiculous.
From last night.
Yeah,
AEW.
Awesome at the same time. Major PBR. Okay, that's pretty good.
Love PBR.
All right. Well played, guys. Well played.
Yeah, Sean, I love Breath of the Wild, but yeah, I played it some in handheld, but majority on the television. All right, guys, coming up next story up, we're going to be talking about this beach ball mascot that this weird little town in Wisconsin really got behind. So we're going to talk about that. Then we'll talk about what mascot would be really great for our show. Maybe one day we'll get a mascot, man.
Maybe.
Like a legit, like, walking around, high-fiving small children mascot.
Dude, that'd be so cool. It's such a stupid thing, but it'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, what would make a good mascot? And she gave me a suggestion. I'm like, why? The answer she gave me, highly offensive.
Will shock me? What is this, a BuzzFeed headline?
No, I don't think it'll shock you. You'll go, yeah, I get it. But I was
the answers will shock you.
Hey, Sultan said, tease.
Teasing, baby. A Colorado county to award more than $2 million in marijuana tax scholarships.
So it's marijuana tax, not like, oh my God, you're really good at smoking weed. You deserve a college scholarship for it. I mean, because that would be awesome.
I'm checking it out.
I'm guessing it's, taxes.
Liquid says we should have the Rock 106.1 sloth. Let's see. No, this is Colorado. So Pueblo County unveiled how much scholarship money will be awarded thanks to marijuana sales tax. According to news partners at the Pueblo Chieftain, more than $2 million in marijuana excise sales tax scholarships will be distributed to local schools and organizations for the upcoming fall and spring semesters. The county will award $1 million to the Pueblo Community College. Then it's going to award $616,000 to the Colorado State University, and then $385,000 to the Pueblo Athletics students.
Damn. Telling you, man.
So smoking weed does pay.
States need to jump on this bandwagon, and then the government needs to follow through and actually use the taxes for what they say it's going to be used for, and not some random other thing. But I'm telling you, man, there's money to be made there. I'm surprised, as much as the government likes to make money.
Yeah.
Surprised this is not more of a thing.
Sherry says, I should be your mascot. You've seen me in costume. And then she writes, at events, LOL. No, we've seen pictures too. Don't lie. You've sent us some stuff. You freak. We love you, Sherry. But maybe you could be our mascot. I don't know. I didn't write you down specifically, but I may just pencil you in. Let's see. Liquid says no reason not to just legalize weed at this point.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Andrew, it's funny. We've hit a war on drugs, and now drugs are sponsoring paying for schools. War on drugs was a horrible idea and did nothing but bad stuff.
The one thing I go to war to is my toilet after I eat La Nopalera.
So later on today.
I'm actually going to war. So hopefully you are all cheering me on.
All right, we got about a minute left, guys.
All right, once again, talking about mascots, a story we found that some folks up in Wisconsin, a small, tiny little town called Staunton, they have themselves a mascot. They want to talk about ours. And before you ask, it's supposed to rain until like noon today. Then we're supposed to take a break, and then it's like a 50% chance starting at 3 all the way through the rest of the night.
Oh, good times. Good times.
Prepare to be wet and moist for the rest of the day.
All right, got about 25 seconds.
Yesterday, for like a good 3 hours, it was the perfect weather in Savannah.
Yeah, it was nice.
I hadn't experienced that in a while.
Yeah, it was
like
nice.
80 degrees on the dot. Oh, it's beautiful. I took a nap.
All right, guys, be right back. So what do you do if a 4-foot-tall beach ball just randomly shows up in your small town? Of course, you make it the town mascot. Got that story coming up. Jump on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to join the Horde. Hang out each and every morning while you're online, whichever platform it is. Like, follow, and subscribe. All right, so Staunton, Wisconsin. Smaller town, 12,611 people. Well, just the other day, a 4-foot-tall beach ball rolls into town. The town has named it. It's become a celebrity hero. The beach ball is now named Roly Poly Oly.
Wow.
Which is a children's book TV character that my kids loved.
Oh, I had no idea.
When they were small children. Roly Poly Oly, yes. So it was a TV show, and I think it started out as a book. So a local Facebook post asked whose ball this was. Nobody could figure it out. So then that's when they're like, you know what? This is cool. We'll welcome it with open arms. People started taking pictures with the beach ball. People started signing the beach ball, and it just kind of stayed around town.
Yeah, so the local fire department has stepped up, and they're keeping the ball, fixed up, patched up, and inflated at all times. They rolled around. And once again, this is a small town of like 12,000 people.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do. I mean, so people have really taken this this beach ball and made it a mascot of their town. Now, they're even talking about naming a park after it.
I'm from a town of 1,000 people, so I get what it's like to be in a tiny town.
Yeah.
This is taking ridiculousness to a whole new level.
Yeah, and more importantly, why was there a 4-foot-tall beach ball anywhere close to Staunton, Wisconsin? Did it fly over from Lake Michigan?
Nobody knows. That's the mystery. Nobody knows.
Is there a serial ball inflator that is just going around towns in America and just dropping off beach balls and not talking about it?
It's just a depressed WWE fan who couldn't take the beach ball into a show, so he's like, I'm just gonna blow it up here. So this got us thinking: if we were to get a mascot for the show, what would it be? So we worked on some ideas last night. I asked my wife, and she gave me something completely random. I'm like, why? And then when she said why, I was highly offended.
Wow,
by my wife.
Offended.
Oof. Hurt to the core. By my wife. So we're going to run down some of our thoughts on what could be a good mascot for this show. If you have any, hit us up with the text, 800-394-1061, or jump on the stream with a comment. So we're going to run down some ideas we have for potential show mascots if we ever want to go that route. It's coming up next. Here's Rise Against, Nowhere Generation, Rock 1061.
All right, I'm going to go grab a pen real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, we got about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Plenty of time. All right, yeah, if anybody's got any suggestions, Yeah, it's 100% true liquid about the lobbyist thing. Yeah. All right. If anybody's got any suggestions, like I said, I don't know if Greg's still on. He hasn't commented in a while. I'd love to hear his thoughts on a potential mascot. So hit us up now in the chat. I'm going to run down some of our ideas or our thoughts on this. Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants an asshole mascot, though, Mac. That's the downside to that, because that is just frightening to think about. Okay. 2.5 minutes. I'm ready for Friday, man. Not going to lie. I'm ready for the weekend.
Honestly, this week's gone by so quick.
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing this weekend. It's my last weekend, my kid's last weekend before going off to school. Wants to go to Green Truck Pub. It's one of her favorite places to eat.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to try to hit that up this weekend. I don't know what else we'll do. I was like, what do you want to do? She's like, oh.
Great suggestions. A superhero penis was one of them. Can we say that on the air? Can we say superhero penis?
Yeah.
Okay. Just there's weird rules sometimes. Ryan just texted me, our buddy over at Sun Graphics, and he says, tell Kotter it's Stoughton, pronounced Stoughton. S-T-O-W-T-O-N. He goes, I am actually 20 minutes from there.
To be fair, totally not how they spelled it.
Anyway, it's pronounced Stoughton. Stoughton. Just a heads up.
Sure.
Just like how he screwed up Albany. Albany.
Oh, and Ryan, by the way, it's Kotter with a K. So, I mean, if we're going to get particular here, we're just throwing that out there.
Wait, did you get the text too?
It popped up on the stream.
Oh, it did?
Kotter Marshall, it's pronounced Stoughton, LOL. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, he texted to me as well.
Yeah. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, I didn't realize he texted you to, or it showed up on the stream.
All right, 45 seconds. 45 seconds.
Stoughton. Let's see. Mascot, beta fish, drinking a beer. Oh, I like that one.
That's pretty good.
Mac just wrote #assholes.
Yeah, and I said nobody wants that as a mascot. I mean, where do you put the mouth? What, because chances are your mascot's going to have
little chocolate starfish.
Yeah. Oh.
Limp Bizkit had an album.
Yep. All right, guys, be right back. The small town of Stoughton, Wisconsin, had a 4-foot beach ball roll into town mysteriously. Nobody knew where it came from, how it got there. Now, I will say hats off to the citizens of Stoughton, because most of the time, beach ball rolls through, they're just going to destroy it.
Right.
They're going to tear it apart. They're going to pop it. Somebody's going to be, an a-hole about it.
Well, first thing, I would look for drugs. I mean,
It's true.
Because when you think of the beach ball, you're like, automatically, there's drugs inside of this, most likely cocaine.
But instead of destroying said beach ball, they named it Roly Poly Oly, and it's become the town's unofficial mascot. They're signing it. People are taking selfies with it. The fire department has taken it upon themselves to make sure Roly Poly Oly remains patched and inflated.
Right.
They obviously have nothing to do in Stoughton. Mm-hmm. So this got us thinking. If we were to put together a mascot for the show, what would be a good option?
Yeah, and we got some comments here on the stream that are pretty interesting, Kotter. Let's just start with Charles. How about just a beta fish drinking a beer? I love that one.
I don't hate this.
Yeah.
I mean, I stayed away from having Jeffe as the mascot, but I don't hate this idea at all.
Wanda on the stream said a superhero penis. So I'm guessing it'd just be with a cape, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe some gloves, put arms on them.
Just
Like little
there?
little T-Rex arms. Yeah, they just float right next to him. Well, I know I got some. I wrote down some ideas over here, but Kotter, I know you have some, and I know your wife brought up something. So you want to share those?
Yeah. So I was sitting around. I asked the wife before she fell asleep last night. I'm like, look, what would make a good show mascot, for our show?
Mm-hmm.
And she thought about it for a second. She went, porcupine.
Porcupine.
That's what I said. I'm like, why a porcupine? She's like, you're a couple pricks. You got to be kidding me. Was highly offended.
Wait. When she said you're a couple pricks, did she just say Marshall's a prick?
She said a couple.
Wow.
She lumped us both in together.
Oh, wow.
Which offended me even more. A couple other suggestions I got. We're not math guys, so just a dunce cap.
Okay.
And then I do have some name suggestions. We're known for hot stuff. We had a beer called the El Scorcho. So I did El Scorcho the pepper. It's just a nice little, wrinkled up, shriveled up ghost pepper.
There's so many jokes about that.
I know.
What about my actual first one was like just a giant pepper.
Yeah, what? It makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Absolutely. I have an idea, and tell me what you think. Now, we talk about this a lot on the stream, so on the air, it may not make a lot of sense to people. What about a giant poop knife?
Yeah,
just a giant cutlery, like silver poop knife. When you take a beam that's too big, you have to cut it up.
No, I
think that would be a perfect representation of our show because we are the poop.
Right, in more ways than one. It totally works.
Our current logo for the show is like a flaming microphone.
Yeah.
How about just a flaming microphone? That one's easy, right?
Yeah, that one's easy.
Or if we absolutely have no budget to create a mascot, which we don't.
No,
at all.
No.
How about this? How about we steal Savannah State's tiger and we just paint it red? And we just paint like the stripes red.
I like this.
Because our logo's red. So let's just do that.
I like that.
We won't get in trouble at all.
No, that'd be totally down for this. I had a couple more. I did want to do something that incorporated the horde.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't think of, a representation, so I'm just going with the name. And obviously big beer guys. Hordy the Hop.
Hordy the Hop.
Hordy the Hop. So it's like a hop from beer, just that goes in beer. So and its name is Hordy after the horde.
A lot of people think when you say horde, you think zombies. So does the hop have like a zombie-like face?
I don't hate this.
Yeah.
We can go in that direction.
All right.
And the last one I got is Girthy. Girthy is a keg dressed up as a superhero. Because we talk a lot about superheroes, talk a lot about beer. So it's a keg because kegs can be girthy. And, Mac loves that word. I just want to incorporate as much as I can.
And I just forgot about something we talked about way earlier when we started the show. We actually gave you the nickname El Lubricado. So what if it's just a Mexican luchador called El Lubricado, and he was our mascot?
He's got to be a short, just like me.
Yes,
he's got to be
very short,
tiny little luchador.
Yeah, with 100%. We can find that.
I like this too. All right, if you guys have any suggestions, what would make a good show mascot? Hit us up via the text 800-394-1061 or on the chat. Coming up next. Gonna get to some Marshall's music news. Kotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Wanda says a poop knife might as well have a giant turd walking around. We do. His name's Jake Thompson.
Oh.
Burn, Jake Thompson. You burned, you're on fire. Ooh. All right, guys, wrapping up the show next. We got 3 total stories. Once again, going to talk about Fall Out Boy. They got some bad news coming our way. So we'll start off with some Fall Out Boy news. Then we'll jump into Tom DeLonge sitting down with Mark Hoppus for a podcast. Hey, it's like, and then we have Limp Bizkit news. Seriously, it's like 1999 again with Marshall's music news.
That's awesome.
Keith says keg with cape and H logo on the chest for chat. There you go for the horde.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Raven Dantes goes El Lubricado would be like having a Gilbert around.
Oh, that's totally true. I love this.
We'd have to find someone's just slightly shorter than Kotter though.
Yeah,
Kotter still wants to feel like he could beat him up.
Mac girthy, so totally a no on hashtag a-holes. How about hashtag major assholes? Major asshole? So there you go.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, Dantes goes, find a little person. Yeah, because they just grow on trees, and they're so easy to find.
Heather said, how about a jackass donkey riding a pepper? I don't know why, but that's funny.
Yeah, the pepper with horse legs.
Yeah.
Just draw horse legs on it.
There you go. I like it. All right, where are we at? Oh, okay, plenty of time. All kinds of commercials. Get to White Stripes, Seven Nation Army. And then story number 1, Marshall's Music News. And then we'll get out of here for today.
Tomorrow for Beer for Breakfast, we have Jay from Coastal Empire Brewing Company. He's going to be swinging in. I think he's going to bring in...
Kevin or Chris or the brewer maybe?
No, I think he's bringing in the brewer. Let me check to see what his name is real quick.
I've met him once or twice. He's like a brand new brewer.
How is my phone faster than my freaking laptop? Let's see. Andres?
That could be him, yes.
Yeah. He says we're bringing 3 beers.
Oh, okay. I like that. They got some good stuff, man. They've got the Coco Pina, which and prior to me liking sours, because I couldn't wrap my head around a sour beer initially. And I remember trying Coco Pina for the first time, and I'm like, ugh, what am I drinking? Gross. And then you kind of got used to sours, and it's one of my favorites. And they do a rum barrel-aged version of that every now and then. Holy crap. That is delicious.
So on their website right now, or excuse me, on the Facebook page of Coastal Empire Brewing Company, they said working on some new stuff. They have a hibiscus ginger gosa.
Oh, nice.
So apparently they have that coming down the line.
Like we were saying the other day, that's what I love about Coastal. I mean, they'll try kind of anything. They don't pigeonhole themselves to, hey, we're going to really focus on IPAs. We're really going to focus on this. They'll do just about anything. And they have, or in the past, a killer version or, a kind of their take-ish on a Mexican cake-style beer.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of what they called it right now. I can't think of it. But because whatever it was, they released it. And there was another brewery that had a beer named the same thing. And naming beers are weird, once they get out of the brewery to actually sell.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to cease and desist on it for a while. So Dawn Patrol.
There it is.
So they couldn't they couldn't release it under that name, and they just kind of put it on hold.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally something worked out, so they can release it again, and they got it back on tap. And it's like it's a mole stout, so it's like that. It's a chocolate, so it's not like the full on Mexican cake, but they put peppers in it and stuff like that. It's really, really good.
So they have their 10th anniversary party coming up on August 21st. That's why we have the guys in studio tomorrow. Now, they have some cool stuff going on that day. So they have the Smoking Souls rocking the house that day. They also have the Mac Attack food truck that'll be there serving up food. They're going to premiere some new beers and then play some classic favorites. Bring back some classic favorites as well that day. So once again, Coastal Empire Brewing Company's 10th anniversary party is Saturday, August 21st. And then we have the guys coming in tomorrow for Beer for Breakfast to talk us up about it.
Hopefully they bring back. So there's a couple beers. What was their ESB's name? God dang it.
The Nettles?
Yes, Nettles and Ross.
Yeah.
Nettles and Ross is a fantastic beer. Now, the story behind that is, we got time, yeah. Story behind that is, so there used to be another brewery, like way back in the 90s, that was open, and Nettles and Ross is where it was located at. And this recipe was this brewery's beer.
Mm-hmm.
So the guys reached out to the head brewer and asked her if they could use it, and they're like, yeah, totally. So that they remade that beer. So I'm hoping that one's coming back. And they did a Dole Whip beer, like a pineapple IPA.
I've had that one. That one's good.
Holy crap, so good. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, both of those come back for the anniversary. All right, got about 3.5 minutes, and we'll get into Marshall's music news.
So once again, guys, over the weekend, homework assignment, everyone watch the new Suicide Squad film, the new one, not the old one. And then on Monday, we'll talk about that. We'll bring that up on the chat tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll probably definitely watch that this weekend. The daughter wanted to watch it before she took off, so we'll probably definitely check it out. Because I don't think I really have anything going on.
Yeah, this weekend I have, my wife has a friend coming into town on Friday, so we're going out to dinner with them. I think we're going to, what's that place called? It's right next to Molly McPherson's. Lure, I think is what it's called.
Okay, yeah. That's good. That place is good.
Yeah, I've never been there before, so.
I had somebody else pay for it. It was pricey. It was good, though.
Going to Allure for dinner on Friday nights, and I'm sure we'll go out and have some cocktails afterwards. And then, I don't really have anything else going on over the weekend. There is some landscaping in my front yard that I redid over the pandemic, and I did a really crappy job of it, but it looked good when I first did it, but it did not survive. So
okay.
I think I'm going to redo this little front portion, just a small portion of it. So it doesn't look like utter pure garbage. Yeah, but that's kind of all I got going on this weekend. Obviously, definitely going to watch Suicide Squad. Probably dive into a bunch of Sopranos. Probably should mow my front yard. It's getting to that point where, like, my backyard grows 3 times the speed of my
Mine does
front.
too, yeah.
And I just really just let that front yard go until I'm almost certain I'm going to get one of those HOA things in the mail. And then I'm like, all right, I'll get my ass out there and mow it.
My HOA is very weird because it's like you hear from them like once a year because it's like my front yard and both neighbors next to me, all of our front yards, just because it got so hard. And maybe they're just being nice because with all the rain lately, it's kind of was hard to mow and figure everything out because all 3 of our yards are kind of like out of hand. I'm like, it's looking really crappy, guys. So I finally mowed mine, but the 2 next to me are still kind of iffy. Nobody says anything. It's nice. I don't care. Let your yard get crazy. It doesn't affect me at all. But it's weird how we don't hear from the HOA, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, power wash your house. We did get a warning about our mailbox because it was leaning over because that guy hit it. So we fixed that.
Thankfully, so Charles just chimed in. He goes, Marshall, you better get to building those butterfly cages. Thankfully, I don't have to. But that was one thing we talked about this weekend, too. We're going to lay some rock down in this little area we have. It's like we've kind of put a small fence up, courtesy of Charles.
Yeah.
And EBI, his amazing company. And we're going to lay some rock down and kind of build a butterfly garden out.
Actually, Andrew, we did go to Toasted Barrel downtown. We got about 30 seconds, and we can let you know about it. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning, Kotter and Marshall Show. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Let's dive in some Marshall's music news.
So bad news for Fall Out Boy, who you just saw play in Jacksonville last weekend with Green Day and Weezer as part of the Hella Mega Tour. They made an announcement yesterday saying that they had a member of the Fall Out Boy crew, they did not say who, test positive for COVID-19. So Fall Out Boy is going to miss the next 2 Hella Mega Tour dates. One of them was last night at Citi Field, and then they're going to miss one, coming up tomorrow at Fenway Park. But the next show they're booked to play is going to be August 8th in Washington, D.C., 3 days from now. So I don't know how that is turning around. I usually get to, pass 2 consistent COVID tests coming up negative to be allowed to be back with everyone else, kind of how the football rules go. Yeah. Especially the ones now. So this was their statement in regards to that. Out of an abundance of caution, Fall Out Boy will not perform at New York and Boston shows due to an individual on the band's team testing positive for COVID. Green Day and Weezer and the Interrupters will perform as scheduled. It's important to note that everyone on the entire tour, both band and crew, are fully vaccinated. They say each band and their crew have operated in a bubble independently to safeguard everyone as much as possible at each show. The tour also has a COVID safety protocol officer on staff full-time that is ensuring everyone is closely following all CDC guidelines. So, I mean, it sounds like they're taking this obviously very seriously. Just unfortunately, a member of the team did test positive, and they had to pull out of 2 of those dates. I'd be bummed if I was going to see the Hella Mega Tour and wasn't able to see Fall Out Boy being a part of it.
I mean, that's a major part of it. I get you're going to have some very upset fans when it comes to that, but I mean, they were great. Yeah. I really enjoyed them live.
Yeah, the Hella Mega Tour runs through September of this year, their last gig being in Seattle, Washington on September 6th.
All right, more of Marshall's music news coming up next. Let's do some Fall Out Boy. Sugar, we're going down. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
So, Andrew, Toasted Barrel, the food there is fantastic.
Dude, so delicious.
So, obviously, Toasted Barrel is known for their like grilled cheeses and their craft cocktails. And we had such a great time sitting down there and talking to those guys, trying some really great craft cocktails. But I had like a Korean kimchi, Korean barbecue kimchi, grilled cheese, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I went with like a vegetarian grilled cheese. It had like beets or whatever on it. That was great. And the sweet potato tater tots are the best, maybe one of the best tater tots I've ever had before in my life. Utterly delicious.
Yeah, so we sat down there with Katie, and then who was the cocktail waitress? Nope. You had a message to me, and now I deleted it. I have no idea. Anyway, the people down there are awesome. Go down and see and stop and have lunch there at Toasted Barrel. And it's weird because it's like it is in a hotel. It's a hotel. Yeah. It's a hotel restaurant. It's really tiny, but it's definitely really nice. It's got a nice bar. You can walk in easily. You park in Jeffe Street Garage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Park there, and it's a block and a half away. Easy walk. Well worth your time.
Yeah, it's super good.
Also, if you're into like really weird, like crazy occult type stuff, there's a place called 912 Conjure. It's just the opposite way, closer to the square that's right there on where the rail is. 912 Conjure has like all sorts of like tarot cards and like furs and all sorts of like weird like devil prints and stuff. Of course, my wife and I love it. But they're definitely a cool place to check out, too, if you're into that 912 Conjure. Same people who actually own the Jinx.
Okay.
Open up that spot. So pretty cool to go check out.
Liquid, ask the 8 Ball if we go back into shutdown, please. About the only reporting I can semi-trust at this point.
Ask the 8 Ball if we go into shutdown, please.
Yeah, just asking if we're going to go into lockdown.
Oh. Hey, 8 Ball, will we go back into a lockdown, shutdown period like last March? As I see it, yes. Uh-oh.
I don't like the 8 Ball.
I don't like that. Are you sure? Outlook not so good.
What does that mean?
But are you sure? Yes. Damn it.
Put it down. Put it down.
Damn it.
All right, we got about 50 seconds.
All right. I guess I should prepare for this next story. F it, we'll do it live.
All right, got about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I'm buying the toilet paper. It's a good call, man. Good call. Do it now. All right, be right back. Marshall's Music News. We got story number 2.
Now, Tom DeLonge and Mark Hoppus are not known for having the best relationship, as Mark's kicked Tom out of Blink-182, I think twice now. But apparently they just showed up on the same podcast with one another. It's the Apple Music-powered after-school radio. You can actually download this conversation these guys had right now if you have a phone with the podcasting accessibility like everyone on this planet. Now, in this podcast, Tom DeLonge was asked, hey, what's your favorite Blink-182 album? And he actually couldn't pinpoint one. He actually had a couple different interesting reactions to it. So Tom DeLonge first said, he goes, I would probably say that's a really good question. And then he goes, God, there are so many things about all of them I really like. Obviously, the 2003 Untitled album in the sense of the exploration musically that we did. But I also got to say, when we did the 1999 Enema of the State, it was like I knew that we'd be doing something in the moment that hadn't been done before. But I also feel like if you go down and write the 1997 single, Damn It, like I remember I felt through a college course on songwriting. I never really thought of a song as such a simple structure, and it really informed me. So, I mean, he put out some major albums there. I mean, if you're asking me, the Untitled album from 2003, I think is possibly my favorite Blink-182 album. I remember jamming that for forever. Now, obviously, Tom DeLonge is very busy with his other band, Angels and Airwaves. They have a new album called Lifeforms that is releasing on September 24th. And, of course, if you didn't know, Tom DeLonge is very much a UFO guy, and you can see his To the Stars Academy stuff all over the place. And if you haven't seen it, it's actually really, really interesting. So go check that out.
All right, one more story to go. Then we'll wrap it up for Thursday. Hang tight. Kotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. I'll be right back.
All right, guys, one last story. Going to talk about Limp Bizkit here. And then we are wrapped for the day. Remember, tomorrow we're going to do Fire Away Friday. We'll also have Jay in from Coastal Empire Brewing Company for Beer for Breakfast. We'll do About Last Night. We'll do Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. We'll ask a random ass question. Get your feedback on that as we do every single day, which is always fun. So we got a loaded show for tomorrow. Next week, just a heads up, we are off Thursday and Friday. Kotter has taken the youngest off to college, to Arkansas, and that's quite the journey, as you can imagine. So we'll be off the stream Thursday and Friday. On the air, we'll be playing best of pieces from stuff we've done before. So just a heads up, no shows Thursday and Friday, but we are on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. So we'll definitely get into Chicks on Dudes, Big Money Monday, all sorts of fun stuff on the first half of next week. And they'll be off for a couple days. We both do have a few vacations that we'll run into, a couple in September, a couple in October as well. So we'll be off a few days around then, but we'll always try to give you guys a heads up. Andrew says, talking about Fred Durst and his dad vibes, I think his new look is cool, funny. Do you think that that is a wig that he is wearing? I don't. I actually think that's just his genuinely, I mean, dude's gray. I mean, he's been gray in like the face. He's worn a beard for a while, but and I think I think that's genuinely his stupid haircut. He grows a beautiful set of hair. I always thought that. All right. Now we got a story on Limp Bizkit wrapping up the show today. And then we're done. And then we have our vice president of programming in studio. He's coming in to do a little walkthrough deal, and then we're all going out to lunch with him. Mexican is on the menu today. What should I get at Lenopolis?
I don't know.
Better question.
This is a good question. I don't know.
I usually go chimichangas.
Yeah.
If you want, the best thing Lenopolis has, in my humble opinion, is their chorizo queso.
Dude, so good.
It's so good. But
yes.
I mean, if you want to feel the worst in your life, eat some chorizo queso. It literally will. It takes minutes off of your life. I honestly believe that.
I didn't know chorizo queso was a thing until years ago. Somebody, it was before DBC or even Alpha owned us. One of the guys, we had stations up in Peoria, and the guy in charge of that was kind of overseeing a bunch of stuff. And he came down and always wanted to go to a Mexican restaurant. Always got chorizo queso for an app, and I'm like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is heaven. Is what this is.
It's heaven.
It's delicious."
All right, Wanda, have a great day.
Hope it goes well.
Charles, big, bold, and sexy, have a great day, brother. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
It's Bree's birthday?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Happy birthday.
Sherry says, a crab should be your mascot. I will send a picture of a poster that I've seen for inspiration.
All right.
Please, send it over.
Yeah.
Message us, text us, whatever. Yeah, guys, we got, like 4-ish minutes left to commercials. Are we coming right out of commercials? Or
No, we got a song.
Oh, okay.
New song from Daughtry's. Actually really good.
I can't believe Daughtry's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
This is a stupid question. What is his first name?
That's a stellar question.
I think I've
no
forgot
idea. Chris Daughtry.
Chris Daughtry, yeah.
Or is that Chris Autry from Black Orchid? No, I don't know. Yeah, Chris Daughtry.
Oh, Sherry, we just got your picture. Thank you.
I'm sorry, that was very funny. The crab. That's good.
Would you like to have sex on the beach? 1 ounce vodka, 3/4 inch peach schnapps, cranberry juice, grapefruit juice. Oof. Sounds like Heartburn City.
You're right, Arivadantes. It is both Chris Autry and Chris Daughtry.
Yeah. Freaking close enough, man.
I've spent way more time with one than the other.
Ooh, all right. Will I get any video game time in today? Will I get to play Final Fantasy VII Magic 8 Ball? Outlook good. Really? I don't think so. Yeah, after, let's see. After the show, we got to put together the show for tomorrow, and then I got to do all the notes for that show. Then we have a lunch 12:45-ish.
Yeah.
That means I won't get home till about 2:30. Try to squeeze in a nap. And then I have to do some voice work for Bob 106.9.
Yeah.
And take a shower, and then go do trivia over at the draft room at Berwick. So I don't know if I'll have
got an
time.
action-packed day.
I don't know if I really got time for video games.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything tonight, so that's nice. So I can hopefully get some stuff done because I wasn't going to take a nap yesterday because I'm like, man, I got to get some stuff done. I got to, head to New Realm for bingo. But then eventually I just fell asleep on the couch because I was tired.
I definitely know you took a nap yesterday because I texted you and it took you like 3 hours to get back to me.
Yeah, no, you texted me while I was napping. But yeah, I just eventually went, screw it, and I grabbed a pillow and I just laid on the couch and fell asleep. All right, 3.5 minutes. One more story.
What time is it? Oh, it's bingo tonight, Andrew. And it starts at 7:00. But if you want to play trivia, so they do trivia and bingo, both at the draft room, both start at 7:00. Trivia's Tuesday and bingo is Thursday.
Yes.
That's at the draft room at Berwick. Over at New Realm downtown, Kotter's there twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
They both start at 7. He does trivia Mondays and bingo Wednesdays.
Correct. Until I can find that elusive person to take over.
You're not going to find that person.
I'm not going to find that person. Person that Elaine, gave me the number for. Reached back. So I reached out. She reached out. She hit me back up. It's like, oh, I'm very interested. What do you need from me? I'm like, we got Mondays and Wednesdays. Are either one of those days good for you? Haven't heard back. But maybe both of those days are not good.
Well, it's not like you gave her many choices.
I got two.
I know, right?
That's all I got. That's all I got. Sorry. Just take one. Take one.
Money.
Because if I can give up one a week, I can do.
1 week's nice.
Yeah, I can handle one a week. I mean, it's like, because I was going to give, because I was doing Oak, and Mac does that now, and I was just going to be done with hosting and just write. But then this New Realm thing popped up. I'm like, I'll be able to find people. Not able to find people.
All right, guys, got about a minute and a half into our last break of the show. Thank you so much for hanging out and hanging with us today. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is a time sucker. Yeah, I think I'm 23 hours into it, and I'm only halfway through. So it's definitely on the longer side for sure.
Yeah, Mac does trivia for us at Oak. She filled in once. I think when I was out on vacation. She filled in at New Realm. It's weird because it's like New Realm is right around the corner from Tap House. And we used to do bingo and trivia at the Tap House. And, you get some tourists, but Tap House is a lot of locals. I mean, just because it's a, big-time sports bar, I guess, part of it. But a lot of locals. New Realm, I got one group of people that come in for trivia every week. Everybody else has been tourists or locals who were there once. And they're not I haven't seen them again.
Right.
So
So we were talking about pumpkin spice stuff, and
Yeah.
they're going to do a ramen pumpkin spice cup of noodle type of deal.
Yeah.
So I just got an email, and I have Bath and Body Works send me emails because I don't know why.
Yeah.
They're already advertising pumpkin candles, pumpkin pecan waffles, and caramel pumpkin swirl.
Damn.
Candles. They sound delicious. You get sick if you ate a candle?
I'm going to say yes.
And that's why, and that's why people always ask me, like, how are you still alive, Marshall? Because you ask stupid questions like that all the time.
All right, guys, be right back. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream today. Before we get out of here, let's do it one more time. Marshall's Music News.
So, Limp Bizkit became really cool again over the weekend. They performed at Lollapalooza, and Fred Durst debuted a new look for him. He had like a Fu Manchu. He's completely gray now. I mean, he's getting up there, but he had like this beautiful head of hair, which a lot of people thought was a wig.
I mean, before this, I mean, he was bald in a lot. I mean, I'm going back and forth. I don't know.
He wasn't bald. He always had hair, but he always wore a ball cap. You can't honestly, can you imagine Fred Durst without a baseball cap on?
I'm trying.
Don't look online. Just look through your memory bank. Can you ever imagine Fred Durst not wearing a baseball cap?
No.
Exactly. But he actually has hair.
Does he?
Yes.
Okay.
There's pictures of that out there. He does have beautiful, luscious hair. Well, apparently the hair, we don't know if it's real or if he's wearing a wig. I think it's real, personally.
I want it to be real because it looks awesome.
During Lollapalooza, they announced that they have a new album coming out. They didn't say any details, but they called it Dad Vibes, and they have a new song called Dad Vibes, and they played it, and they threw out T-shirts. And a lot of people are wondering, like, why are they just throwing out random T-shirts? And they were white T-shirts, and we finally found out what was on the T-shirts. Now, apparently, they must have had a surplus of T-shirts from their 2019 performance at the Roxy Theater in L.A. So the T-shirt was the Limp Bizkit logo up top, and then it was a picture of Santa Claus with an L.A. on his Santa cap, and then it said the Roxy and the date they played.
Right.
And they just throw those shirts out at Lollapalooza 2 years later in Chicago. Nowhere close to L.A.
This is really just random.
Yes, and that's kind of what I like about what's going on here with Limp Bizkit right now. Lots of randomness. I hope eventually we do get a full album from the guys, but the new song Dad Vibes from Limp Bizkit, which they haven't serviced to radio, we play it for you at nauseum because it's really fun. They haven't given us anything, so the only thing we have of that is like secondhand audio that people have recorded on their phones from Lollapalooza. But Limp Bizkit, I think they're cool again. I mean, it took 20 years. I think they're cool again, man.
I'm down for a Limp Bizkit renaissance.
Really?
It's long overdue.
The renaissance.
The renaissance of Limp Bizkit. Bring it on. I'm in.
Cross your fingers. Hopefully we'll get some that Limp Bizkit Dad Vibe song on the radio for you guys soon.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out again. Appreciate it immensely. Of course, tomorrow, beer for breakfast. Jay from Coastal Empire Beer Company is going to join us top of the 9 o'clock hour. He's bringing 3 different beers in. We don't know what they are yet.
I'm excited.
It's a beer mystery.
Surprise me.
All right, they're getting ready for their 10th anniversary, so we'll talk about that tomorrow as well. So we'll talk to you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, streamers. All right, Horde. Thank you so much for hanging out all show long. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 a.m. Have a good rest of your day.